How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. Hope boys are having a wonderful, beautiful day. I noticed that my webcam was actually like, it was a little bit, why is this so grainy? Is that something I gotta do? You know what? I probably why is it so grainy looking? Okay, well, I need to fix that at some point. Does it look like super grainy here? Kind of. How do you, okay, so hold on a second. I am not great when it comes to webcam and chroma key stuff at all. Is that what I gotta do? Is it similarity? That helps a little bit. Still has this like a little bit of, I think it's the lighting, isn't it? It was a while ago, it was like doing some kind of a, is it white balance maybe? No. Is it gain? I don't think so. I did something before to fix it. I don't remember exactly what. I don't think it's tint. I don't think it's exposure. I have no idea. I have no clue, honestly. We're just gonna roll with it, dude. We're just gonna roll with it. I need to figure it out. I didn't know it's harder to pay attention to small stuff. Fair enough. If you guys can't see it, you can't see it. I feel like I see it really easily on my end, but we'll roll with it. How y'all doing? Welcome back. Probably is the brightness of these things, actually. That might be causing it. Now that I'm like staring my eyeballs into them, I'm like, oh, okay. I had them a little less loud, the lights. Now it feels like they're burning my retinas. So that's probably it. But how y'all doing? Welcome back. Hope everybody's having a good one. We got more 5V5 1V1 DUELS for the day. Flush ain't gonna be here, so I'm gonna need to get somebody to help me be one of the leads for the groups. If y'all want to take over for what Blood does, it's really easy. All you gotta do is just have a pulse and then let me know how many people you got, and I take care of the rest of the groups on my own. But yeah, let's get some news up in the EU, boys. Hope y'all are ready. Hope y'all are excited. I am so excited. That's a fierce mustache, low-key Master Villain vibes. That's what I'm trying to go for. Usually I try to go for like a cool Turin ass look. I'm sorry, what? Hold on a second, dude. You guys can't even see it, but you guys missed it completely. But I was logging into WoW and it literally gave me servers are full. Hold on, your numbering queue is 2, 1. All right, logging you in. Are the EU servers full, or at least the server that I'm on? Is everybody on the mother playing the video game all of a sudden? What is happening? I've never gotten the servers full on EU message in my life. Like, that's some classic kind of stuff. I got that on A, like, during the launch of this expansion. I was getting that a little bit here, a little bit there, but damn. Alrighty, boys. Here we are. 5V5 1V1 DUELS stream is alive. We're going to be getting groups together. Hopefully, Cracker will get one up and running. I'm going to get another one up and running. If y'all want to join us, groups are going to be listed under Molten Core, as per usual. I can't ever spell it right. But yo, join us up. The groups are up and listed and live right now. If y'all want in, time to get in here, boys. I will need somebody on here. Rick, Nike, get in here, my boys. I will need somebody on my BNet to just like be the lead though, because Plush ain't here, so I'll need to get one of your regular homies in to be the lead. Tom, let's get in here, my guys. So I still want to do the rotating groups. If we have Cracker here tonight, I do want to rotate groups so we are rotating bodies constantly. Whoever's lead, basically we get to play every single match. Because I need somebody to be lead. Cobra might just have to be that guy. But the rest of the group, I will need to rotate you guys pretty regularly. So what we'll do is this. 2 people that already got to play will get back in the group. 2 new bodies I haven't got to play this week will also get in. And we'll try to get 2 fresh bodies for the week. And then 2 people that already played. And then we'll just kind of rotate to get as much fresh blood as possible. That's basically what we're trying to do. Jonathan, are you here, my man? Rick, how you doing, my guy? What's up, Shade? How you doing, my man? Music too loud for you guys? Hopefully not. I will need somebody to be a regular for these groups, though. Saya would be another great homie to make a regular for these as well. Otherwise, I guess I could do Cobra. Gossiger, okay. Gossigree. How you doing, my guy? Gossigree. I'm gonna call it Gossigree, dude. I think that's what your name was prior. Let me also, if y'all want to join 5V5 DUELS, I do have this little copy-paste thing that I'm gonna throw in the chat and pop a pin to. I usually get people asking me in your way, like, hey, Dal, how do you join the group? Even though the directions are there in the pin. But yeah, how to join? It's there if y'all want to join in. Okay. The group is set. Checking in on Kragar. All right, do we need to make a second group or is Krager? Saya, my man, how you doing? I'll check it to see if Krager's making a group or not. If he's even around today. Krager is on... Oh, is he playing? Wait, Kragar. Okay, Kragar. Okay, I saw Kargath. I thought it was Kragar. I can't read. That's my B. I saw him on EU or Classic. I was like, wait a second. Did I... Ah! Did something happen? No, he's on. I'm just trying to see if he has a group or not. Actually... Yeah, Gatove, he's ready. All right, boys. Kragar is also ready. Gotta make Cobre lead. Will rotate bodies every 2 games, okay? Just to get some fresh blood in these. Alrighty. So, Cobre, you lead. Hopefully in the chat or something. Maybe not, but we're good. We'll be fine. Cobre, what's your name on Beanut again? I'm gonna go, because Cobre is fine, and Kragar 5 in the grand 1. Yeah, we're in. We're in, baby. Johnny, you want to be lead? Hey, Johnny, Plush isn't around, so I need somebody to be a regular lead to queue these groups and let me know how the groups are and all that. You had some experience with that in EU before. Would you take Plush's place and just basically like lead every single one of these? Like, we'll do 2 games with the team Cobre, and then after that I can make a lead for every single group if you're interested in like helping manage all that. I would appreciate it. You can say no. You can say no, but if you do want to do it, that would help me out tremendously, man. Didn't know it's hard to say with small stuff? Fair enough. Fair enough. Is that a jab at me saying, Dad, you're short? The small stuff? Hard to pay attention to the small stuff. I get it. So we got ourselves Cobre over for the T1 making a return. Still the same set. I think a different tabard slightly, but that set, oh, hand behind a horse, but either way, looking good. We got us Gossi over here as well. This man, this Kochiran god. Wish I could see the rest of his mug. We got us Nike here, Rick as well with Toma. I love his set. Oh, love that Pandaren look. Look at Gossagri, dude. He's just an absolute like Titan Slayer. Look at this man. Krongs are going to be first up, opening up fairly aggressively in the opener. Killing spree is Gossi just getting absolutely punctured in every direction. Disarm onto Gossi, who goes in for a fear. Locking down Kongza for a second. If anything, at least it's an Outlaw Rogue, so as long as he Outlaw Rogue backs away and doesn't stay on you for too long, it could give that second win opportunity to help heal, but this Outlaw ain't letting it go nowhere. I think he just tried to see if he could take you out right here. As long as he's like doing some kind of damage to you every 6 seconds, like with a pistol, he doesn't need to be next to you. He can just outrun you full damage. Yeah, defensive Gossi got himself a bit of damage. He's just still pistol shotting into a charge. So Vantage Sheep Shot just got himself full CC chain. Gossi might be in trouble here. I don't know what he can do. Even Disarm doesn't stop the rogue. He's still got a pistol. It doesn't do a lot of damage from a distance unless you got a proc for the pistol. But it still is enough just to at least keep that second win from procking. Gossi with a stun. Unless this man can go for a heal, Killing Spree is going to be deadly. He lives it. Rallying Cry to give himself a bit of borrowed health. Cheap Shot. I think it might be the lights here. Unless he can somehow live it. No, it's lights. It is lights. There's nothing you could do, especially with that Rallying Cry. He's gonna fall off anyway, so his health is actually less than what it looked like. I may or may not have 2 more orders since our last duels. You know what? I don't understand why people make like so many ults of the same class they play. I never could get behind that idea. I used to have 2 rogues. I hated having to manage 2 rogues and gear 2 of them. I felt like I'm basically experiencing the same gameplay, just with a different character. But I don't know. I mean, dedication to that. I can definitely appreciate the dedication of having multiple characters and maintaining the WAP. If anything, how you doing, my guy? It's not something I want for myself, but I can definitely respect the cloak for Kronxa. I just get barreled down by a bunch of cannonballs. Grapple hook, got himself another grapple. Cobre can't escape from trying to go for a fear. May need a fear right here. Does go for a kick. Juke, Bolt right after. Who actually conquered. Does get behind him for a second. Bolt 1, second bolt. Oh, just absolutely collapsing the rogue down onto the floor. With what's your name? Wait, hold on. What is your name? Rogue? Wait, his name is like Noso Rogue. N-O-S-O, right? R-O-G, right? Rogue the Death Knight? NASA? I'll call him Rogue the Death Knight. Rogue the Death Knight up next. That works out. News at 11. That's what it sounds like. Grapple over as they actually might be in a bit of trouble. Cobra taking lots of hits though. Oh my god, no! The man got himself some big frost strikes. I keep forgetting about it. The dual wheel build of a Death Knight, man. Once I start getting big frost strikes, oh, it is just chopping right through you. I forgot how bursty it can be. It is very, very good, though. It's going to be a Rogue trying to go for the DK Rogue, trying to go for a grip. Big damage out of Nike, though. Aim shots back to back, rapid fire to follow. Got himself the big wailing arrow on top of it. Apologize for that cough, dude. I'm getting way too excited here. Might be an execute stance. This is here. Nasa Rogue might be under a ton of trouble. AMS barely keeping him alive. That's a lot of physical damage on a Nike, though, but looks like he's actually out of aim shots for a second. Waiting out until he's got himself a big setup. Scatter into aim shot as long as it connects. It needs to connect here. Oh, rapid fire does finish him off. Nasa Rogue almost did exactly what it needed to. Staying on top of the man as best as possible. Dude, I got way too excited from the duel. I got way too excited. I started coughing up, dude. I started choking. Started actually to choke. Aim shot onto Aaron. Nike is kind of low on health. Does get himself a big root onto Aaron. Incap is going to be his nemesis, though. No way out of that stun. It's over. It is lights. Yeah, being a hunter, I guess you are the hunter or you get hunted. And in that situation, man got hunted by Aaron here. It's not easy, though. Once you pop a trinket as a marksman in particular, unless you have a pet with a stun, and even if not, like, as long as the guy got an incap onto you into a leg soup and you have no trinket, it's just over. It's actually just over. Hunters are kind of squishy in terms of when they get stun locked and then burst it, there's just not much you can really do about it. Not unlike rogues who can pre-feint a stun. Very, very simple. It's going to be even more deadly than ever before. Big demons out onto Aaron. He just might be dead here. Hold on. It's a tyrant. It's all the pets. He realizes he's in not a great situation. He needs to make a play. Rick might actually go for a gateway here. Axe toss onto the monk. And it's just letting the pets do work right now. Karma to reverse some of this damage does land himself a kick, but it's going to be a chaos mode that joins in. Fist Fury not enough, does not a back it up out of there, not overstaying that Karma. Welcome. Stun around the corner, doesn't quite connect. Pets is still rushing at him, no longer empowered anymore. For Rick, there was a lot of damage onto Aaron. That was a ton. I don't know if he could have gone for like AoE fear. He did use Void of Facial by the looks of it though. Big first aid is Aaron, just looking for a bit of recovery behind the pillar. So it's a bit of a reset between the two. Aaron should be able to recover a decent bit. That pet definitely not making it easy. For Rick, full reset right after. Axos to follow. Help himself a cast fear. Leg sweep instead. Trinket, normal AoE fear out for Rick though. Got himself plenty of pets. Yet another fear. Just got lots of control into Aaron with a big ruination down as well. Actually, Aaron might just die. Is it just gonna die to a Charhound and the main pet? Tyrant on top of it? Into a Doomlord? Hold on, it's over. It is lights, right? It's only a matter of time. Look at those pets. They're trying to rush over. You just gotta wait a little longer. Aaron trying to go for a Vivify. Oh, that's over. It is done. It is done. Yeah, all those pets are deadly. Once they're in, they're in. And a Tyrant on top of it, amping up all of them. Kragar, my man. Third. Oh, second to last, actually, over on the team 2. It looked like it was still 3, but that rogue is not a real rogue. It's just a bug. It's a Beryl, the hunter. His name got doubled up. Kragar versus Rick. He's got to be very careful with these pets. He really needs to just focus on Rick as much as possible. I don't. What is that? Charhound? Is that Charhound inside of a wall there for a second? I swear that Charhound was on a wall, right? Right? Double the Felguard onto Kragar, got himself even more pets as Rick summoning up the entirety of the demonic army. The demonic invasion is here thanks to this man. Bit of a reflect off of Kragar, does have the cancel mode attack and wall for the Demolish, trying to see if he can live it. Infernal Bolt does connect. Kragar having to power parry as the Pit Lord jumps right in. Fear onto Kragar, no Zerker's rage out of this one. Charhound joins in. Dreadstalkers, if you got an axe toss for this man, it just might be lights for Kragar. I don't know what he can do. Unless he can leap over to Rick and take him out right now, he's got a limited time. He's got to end this duel immediately. Another charge with a reflect. He does take it. Oh, he focused in on that Warlock. That's what he needed to. You're going to lock in and lock down the Warlock. With Tama charging in, breath onto Kragar, does go for the Polyfrost Bomb. But Tama being as good of a mage as he is, I don't know if Kragar is going to be able to escape this. Oh, rallying cry, got himself a bit of extra health. Fear into Tama. Needs a heal, needs every defensive. Holy. Kragar played a hell of a match there versus the Warlock. I don't know what he could do against Toma. Toma just got him out in the open. Yeah, without a defensive, I don't think there's a chance a Warrior can win this. Yeah, there's no chance. A Warrior has zero chance. After investing as much as he did versus the Warlock, if it was at least given like a breather, or at least opportunity to recover full health bar, maybe there would have been a chance, but yeah, with Toma charging him, technically not a rule or anything like that in the duels, so you have to like give the other person a chance to recover anything. But yeah, it's really up to Toma though. Toma just, I guess, shows like not to. Maybe he's just trying to see if he can play into the higher dampening. Big damage out for Beryl, but Toma does block it. Beryl has actually got himself plenty of health. Lots of damage still available. True shot trying to see if he can maximize it, but Toma does go behind the pillar here for a second. Wizard of Viz. The hunt is working nothing. Camo out for Beryl. Actually got himself a lot of recovery too. I think that's actually better for Beryl than Toma. Toma does have Ice Form, so he's going to be immune to stuns. He does have a second Ice Block, so he should be okay there too. Aim shot by Beryl. Nothing he can do to stop it. Dot damage and everything. Shields around for Toma. Got himself Ice Form and everything available. Breath to follow onto Beryl. Father right after him. Got himself a proper go. That's where Toma needs to get those shadow combos perfect. Big turtle shell out for Beryl. Doesn't want to fall behind whatsoever. Shifting power for Toma immediately. And Beryl, as long as he can get those rapid fires onto Toma here and there, he might just be fine. He just needs to get the angle. He got himself volley, trying to see if he can kite Toma into it. Toma doesn't go. Trying to go for a stun, but it's actually going to be a body shot broken by the Ice Form. That is so perfect for him. Into another combo. Does he have the flurry combo? The flurry setup? That's a decent flurry setup. Big lance. Meteor dodges it with a feint death. Not dodges it, but basically immunes it. 90% damage reduction is massive there. If you can time it just right, it is perfect. And that's so perfect for him. Got to slow into Toma. Rapid fire is huge and very, very helpful. Toma can go for altar, so you can at least regain some health back. Needs to be very careful with that breath out of the Mage. Is going to go for a blink. Try to get super aggressive. Ice from TK gets stunned. And this is going to be an opportunity for him to maybe potentially have a go. If Beryl can go for another feint death combo, he almost has feint death. He has feint death right now. He can feint this. He doesn't feint it. That's still a lot of damage. Trying to get super aggressive. Big heal for Beryl. Trying to give himself a bit of survivability. Someone might just go down either way. Wait, Beryl getting super aggressive. Volley. He can hit through the volley, right? He can hit through the wall. He can hit through the wall with a volley. Yeah. He had nowhere to go. Either stay out there next to Beryl and just watch that man waddle towards him, or just get absolutely shredded inside of the volley. There was nothing he could do in that situation. That was amazing. Alrighty, let's see if we get Kragar and my man Cobra back in here as well for another round, yeah? That was a warm-up round, man. Now that we're warmed up, now that we're all warmed up, now we're ready for a real one. I have a feeling, have fun leveling plus my season goals or mets and nothing else to do besides level more 2s. Yeah, wow, might as well, yeah? Might as well. Enjoy it. Or you can play a classic now, yeah? Could pick up on classic for a bit. Got over, both are ready. Beautiful. We'll get you guys into a... Sure, do Tolveron. I'll do Tolveron. Really early Tolveron play for these casters, because casters love bigger maps. I want to give it a try. So pissed about Mystery Monk. What do you mean? Oh, the Spy Masters. I feel like it should be elite, because like, what healer actually uses the Spy Masters? I feel like that shouldn't be allowed, man. You know what I mean? It's like a really good trinket for like a DPS caster, but not for a healer caster. I mean, you probably could make an argument that it's actually okay. You probably could make an argument that it's actually an okay item, but like, you know, it's just not great. Not exactly what you want as far as trinkets are concerned. But yeah. How you doing, my guy? Hope you're good, by the way. Alrighty, boys. Uno más. More like some studio people. Yeah, if you guys are enjoying it, man, would love to see it. Alrighty, switch. Looks like we're missing somebody on team. Oh, we're missing Cobra. Okay, so Cobra hopefully should load in here in just a second. But we got Gossip, we got Knight, we got Rick gonna be first up, and that's gonna be Kragar. A bit of a rematch between him and Rick Meister. Last time Rick almost had him, but Kragar was able to reverse it. This time, however, we are playing... Wait, how many pets do you have? I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, Rick, wait, how many? You got Charhound? You got a Gloomhound? How many heck can you summon at a time? Is that like some shenanigans you can do from the start of the match? Because you do summon Charhounds, but you had a Gloomhound, Vilefiend, Charhound? I'm sorry, what? That's a lot of pets, by the way. What was that? Krager having to fight through this extra bolstered demonic army that should be literally impossible. Big Pitlord joins in. Krager's left with not a lot. His health, actually his essence getting split out of his body, reduces his damage and healing. So Krager is under a ton of pressure with Rick getting lots of incredible mobility in this arena. I wanted to do Toveron just to give these casters a proper chance to play long, big maps. And he's taking advantage of it fully. Krager having to stun all these pets does go for a bit of a reflect. Warlock Menagerie. It is literally a Warlock Menagerie, man. It is wild. Krager having to back up out of there if at all possible. Maybe second one kick in. No, first aid. Where are demons coming from? Felguard. Approaching. Why does the Felguard look so small, by the way, compared to Krager? He's tiny. Is he a baby or something? Is it like a glyph where you can make him a little smaller? Or is it just like in spectator mode to look like that? Or maybe it's because technically when I'm a spectator, it does assign me to be technically friendly to Team 1 or Team 2. So maybe I'm seeing it as smaller because I'm technically quote-unquote friendly with Team 1. I don't know, but Krager does end up recovering a lot of health as well as some defenses. He doesn't have a trinket, but every other major defenses is available. Rick trying to go for a massive axe toss on the leap with a gateway just to back up out of there. And Krager is back to playing this monkey in the middle type of a gameplay where he's trying to either catch Rick, or I guess his entire time trying to catch Rick. But it's kind of like always trying to find himself between demons on one side, Rick on the other. Trying to make it over to Rick. He just bounces out of there. Quick Fear, Zerker Rage is available. It does get himself finally a stun with a bit of bleeds. Avatar's available. Colossus, he knew it was going to be a port. He knows at this point, like, yeah, Rick is always going to have some mobility to get out of here. A Blade Storm to try to see, or maybe a Proc Blade Storm? No, actually a real Blade Storm. Because he's not a Slayer. He needs to get it demolished at some point, though. Big Tyrant off of that axe toss, surrounded by Demon's Fury on all the pets. Does get himself an interrupt. Intro reflect. Maybe that's where you just go for demolish. Does get himself a big demolish off of the stun. Wall out for Rick, reducing a lot of that damage. Krager back in here, surrounded by these demons. Does go for defensive stance, picking up a little bit of healing. He's trying to see if he can fight through the damage. Got himself a big interrupt onto Rick on Shadow, but he still got access to Fire Cast, and is going to go for a port. Krager leaping in, trying to see if he can end the duel right here. Big port again for Rick and Krager. Just bunker down right now against the demons. For Rick, he's fine staying at a distance. Perfectly fine staying at a distance from Krager. Letting the pets just tearing him apart. It looks like maybe a rallying cry or a battle master could just fall off. So Krager saw a bit of a dip in his health. But the health between Rick and Krager is very, very similar. Rick might be under a lot of trouble. No trinket available. So this Warlock picking up a lot of healing with our first aid. That's perfect. Axe toss to Krager, can't even stop it. Trinket Ross Krager does go for a stun. This could be an opportunity for him to maybe stick out a play. Big bleed, so Rick cannot escape it. Slowing onto Rick. He got himself a banner, so he can't really stop Krager either with an axe toss or anything. Blaze Storm keeping him moving. Does get a quick intro, but it's going to only trip him on fire, not shadow spells. Fear, Zerker Rage on a Krager. Does have his soul cleaving on his body, but doesn't matter. He only needs half his soul essence to even be able to fight off a Warlock. My goodness. Tama does give him a chance here. He does give an opportunity for first aid and second wind. I don't think he meant to. I don't think he wanted to give a proper reset there, but he kind of had to. Stormbolt does connect, but it doesn't stun. The Ice Form is a very, very tricky ability. Ice Form is a very interesting one. It replaces your Ice Form, replaces your Icy Veins, where it doesn't give you the haze buff, but instead it buffs up the damage of your Frost Bolts or Frostfire Bolts by like 30% and makes you immune to stuns. Does allow him to play Shimmer, which is very, very interesting as an ability. It also can be very disorienting because you're like, oh, I got melee, I can stun the guy. Nope, Ice Form, just immune to stuns. I don't think they can use Ice Form to break out of a stun, but I do think they can proc it where they can randomly get a proc of Ice Form to remove a stun, but I don't think they can actively like use it to get out of a CC, if that makes any sense. Krager, super low in health, might be under a lot of trouble. Big healing recovery for Tama. Polymorph onto Krager. He got Rallying Cry. He might have to spam it immediately as a button. He doesn't use it. He just gives him, full Meteor coming down. Unless he planned for that Meteor specifically, you don't really see that Meteor meatball coming in against the Frost Mage compared to how you do it against a Fire Mage. With Fire Mage, you actually see a reticle under you. For Frost Mages, it flows off of a Comet Storm, and you can't really see Comet Storms flying in under your feet. So there's no way he could have predicted that a Meteor was going to come down unless you would like track Comet Storm as a cooldown from Tama. That is so rough, man. because the Rally Cry might have actually let him live there, but it is rough. Big damage out for Beryl though, chasing after Tama. Still playing Marksmanship, he's playing the Dark Ranger build. Tama is going to end up running into the freezing trap at some point. Does get frozen into an ice block instantly. That's his second block, I think, right? Right? Yeah, that's his second block. He doesn't have any more immunity, so for Tama, he might be under a bit of trouble. Scattered by Beryl, trying to see if he can blink in. Breath to follow. Paladin right after taking a bit of damage though from the Dark Ranger, but he's got himself a decent shadow combo. As long as he gets some Frostfire Bolt, big shatter bonuses, big rapid fire out for Beryl, knocking Tama out, yep, but does it a blinking passive, got himself the ice form, can at least go for a few instant casts here and there. He's got to go for more of those Frostfire Bolts though. Frostfire Bolt plus flurries into shatter bonuses actually does a ton of damage. I don't know if Tama is playing heavily into like a big Frostfire Bolt build, but that's what you saw last week. I think it was Jareem the Mage. He ended up like dropping down big Ray of Frost, big meteors, big Kama Storm combos, but the hardest hitting ability in this kit ended up being that Frostfire Bolt. So at some point he was just like, all right, I'll just hardcast bolts in your face and that's probably gonna kill you. And it did. And it actually did. So he started switching over to the other ability. It was even better. Better damage than even Glacial. Meteor down. Oh! He tried to camera that, but it has exploded with a Frostfire Bolt. Oh my god. And Krogs are probably gonna take out Tama here unless Tama can get away. Tama got nothing left. Oh no, with Gossagri jumping in immediate disarm for disarm versus Krongs, it does go for a shockwave for a second. It's gonna come down to Gossagri and Nike. Something happened to my man Cobra. Something happened. But hopefully we'll get it back in here in just a moment. I am gonna pull up the chat on the side to see if I missed his message. Yeah, something happened. Oh, he accidentally canceled it. That's what happened. Okay, so I thought it was DC'd. But no, Krogs are just absolutely ripping Gossagri apart, by the way. Like, what do you do here, man? What do you do in that situation as an arms warrior? Blind? Krogs is not even going to let second wind recover. You're just going to get into combat with your cheap shot, immediately auto attack it. It's over. It is over. Just needs one more, couple more between the eyes combos. It's over. Man, Nike is the last one left. He's got to go through the Death Knight, Aaron. He's got to go through Krogs. So what is your name again? Nasarog, that's what it is. That's what it was. Freezing trap onto Krongzit, does get himself a smoke bomb. He got the eye on him. He's got volley, big damage. Just trying to see if he can get around it. Does get hit. Feign death, or not feign death, but disengage for a second. Oh, it was feign death actually. It was feign death too, and everything. Quick shadows for Krongzit, doesn't mean the stun. That's gonna be turtle show for Nike. And the Krongzit can't do much about this. He's gonna wait it out. Can Nike stun him? Can Nike do anything to him right now? It does get himself a bit of that rapid fire. Charge trap, gouge for a second. As long as he can stop any kind of cast from Nike, he can go for disarm if he wanted to. I don't know if he has it available. Is it just over for Nike? Might be over. I think lights, yeah. Krogs does end up taking it. Ripping people apart, dude. Krogs are picking up 3 actually. Well done, well done. I didn't even realize that, man. Went for 3 like that. Not bad at all. Try to show out some one tricks diva. That was some tricks right there. That's for sure. Alrighty. So, Team Cobra is going to have to be torn apart. Everybody who was on Team Cobra right now, requeue. I got a group right here. We're going to have to remake groups. We're going to have to remake the groups, boys. So, join. Leave Team Cobra and join me. So, we'll do this. 2 people that played this week. We'll get you guys back in. 2 people that haven't. So, Leo and Saya are going to be 2 people that haven't. I'll get Rick back in. And I'll get 1 more person that already got to play. So, either Cobra or anybody else. So we are going to be remaking groups every 2 games. Get 2 that played and 2 that haven't. Okay, I need to redo this apparently. I don't know what happened. So who do we have on my team right now? I think it's 2 people that played, 2 people that haven't, right? We got Rick played, Saya hasn't, but he's in Warma doing something right now. Chatrat City. So Leo's new, Saya's new, Rick is not. Krongzu played on Team Krager, but he counts as a new player, on my team at least. So I still need... Actually, let's do 1 extra person that haven't played, and 1 person that played. So resend back up. Something happened to my group. Oh yeah, I might need to relist it under a different raid, but there's a good chance you guys are not able to see the group right now, yeah? Yeah, Young Mago. We'll get Young Mago in. If you have me added on Real ID and you already played, whisper me real quick on Real ID. I'll just invite you directly. There's a good chance you're not able to see the group right now. Yeah, I got Architect Cobra. Architect Cobra. That could work, actually. Yeah, that could work. Yeah, you guys are probably unable to see it because it probably declined you. I didn't actually decline it. The group just ended closed for me. I didn't do anything. The game bugged. Maybe it's because I invited somebody who was huge for allergy or something, which is very possible. But after this one, we should be able to rotate you guys pretty regularly. New groups should bypass all those like weird issues. Leo, whisper me on Real Idea real quick. I'll make a lead for this one though. But yeah, whisper me like hi. Whisper me anything. Just so I can have you here. Or what is it, 390 something? Beautiful. Johnny boy, perfect. Perfecto. Alright, cool. And I think Prago is ready, yeah? Go. Okay, we're ready. Alrighty, I'll do Kragar and Johnny boy. 5. Still like quick point, right? Yeah. We'll come back to Tolveron, I think, again. Should play aggro against war, kinda. No point in running. I feel like as Demonology, you can play super defensively, though, right? Like, as long as you can get all your demons in, you back up out of there, they're just gonna die eventually. But the warrior, he knows, like, at some point, like, okay, it's a lot of demons. I need to go in and follow the warlock. Maybe aggressively might do work. Who knows, right? Who knows? But yeah, and from here we are gonna rotate. Leo, I'm probably gonna make Leo lead for all these groups. Like a perma lead, just so we can have somebody running the groups at all times. And we'll rotate like 2 people played, 2 people that haven't played. Yeah. It's just how we've done it usually. Normally Push is the lead. Or we could switch it up. Maybe we could make like a Saya lead for a couple of games or whatever, right? We can be flexible with it. We can be flexible with it. Alrighty. Good switch. Got us a Skullberry over for the team 2. Ready to go. Didn't get to play last time. We got Saya. I like this whole golden look he's got going on. I actually like this whole like helm, shoulder, golden pally look he's got going on in general. It looks like his first stuff. You look at that Griffin roll when you zooming around like that, zipping around like that. Leo, I love that mount. I'm so close to getting it myself. We got Rick, we got ourselves Young Maga here as well. Versus Team Kragar, we got Arrow, we got ourselves Nosso Rogue, we got ourselves Kragar, Toxie, and looks like Federal gonna be first up versus Siam. Is that a Xanda versus Xanda? Xanda on Xanda, Pally, Violet? What is this? I like how one looks more like a proper Zandalari Paladin, right? He looks more like almost like tribal kind of paladin with like golden Loa inspirings, while Federal looks more like a proper paladin of like the light, very similar to like a Tyrion Forging or something like that. You know what I mean? I like that like difference between the two. I also kind of like Zandalari's take on their paladins. I think that's actually really cool. Just very different. It's kind of like Tauren Paladin versus Human Paladin. Very different vibes. Big immunity out of Federal really early. Sai just having to back up out of there. That is Federal playing into a Herald of the Sun. Where I think Saya, are you a Herald? Maybe. Or are you Big Hammer? No, I think he's also Herald of the Sun. There's going to be dot damage versus the 2. Federal might be under a lot of trouble. Bubble out right after. Saya did use a layer in hands, but it's still got a bubble in the back pocket in case he ever needs to. But he's going to take constant pressure from the Herald of the Sun Dawn Light ability, which is not going to feel good whatsoever, especially if we can stack it up and ramp it up with a bunch of other dots too. It is a lot of pressure. Saya with a bubble, Federal with a Searing Glare. Saya can only really go for a counter offensive. He does go for the bubble in general instead. He's going to go for a stun. Federal might be under a lot of trouble. Honestly, can lay on hands this damage right now. He does lay on hands. Saya does not have access to forbearance. Hold on, Saya could go down here. If Federal has himself a proper go, Saya could be under a ton of pressure. Hand of Freedom, got himself Shield of Minutes, rushing out of there as soon as possible. Does not have access to a wall by the looks of it. Looks like maybe delaying it. Trying to see if he can wait until he can get himself that immunity to magic damage. Federal does run into magic damage immunity. Federal does not have any immunities himself. He's just gotta live. Saya not playing it defensive at all. So his health is super low. Stun, is it enough though? Wake of Ashes, is that gonna be it? Searing Glare, gonna give him a little bit extra time. Federal might be under a lot of trouble unless he can live this right now. No, Saya does take it. There's a big trade on cooldowns between the two. And Saya does end up winning out that chess match with Nasa Rogue gonna be up next, dual wielding Frost Death and try to get an angle onto Saya. Who's got himself freedom, keeping him running, keeping him moving. AMS up for Naso, so there's no stun. I don't even think he had a stun available at that point. But I could be wrong on that, honestly. I do wish the UI showed me like CC, like Hammer of Justice, like it shows rogues blind or whatever, I like to see hammer justice on there as well. Just so like it's easier to track so you can see like, oh, is he gonna stun him? Is he not gonna stun it? You know what I mean? I guess it is technically a short-ish CC with some cooldown reduction elements within the talents, so it's like it's almost always up. Big damage out for Nasa. He's got himself the army of the undeads. Hold on a second, Saya with the silence. Oh, just getting cloven. Just cleaved all across. Oh my god. With Cobra getting charged in by the riders, but looks like most of them despawned by then. Most of those riders were there for Saya, with Natsa Rogue getting enough pressure in order to be able to take him down. And now, unless you got yourself some kind of stun for the Chaos Bolts, big Infertile, dropping a dome, does have a grip, no kick for a bit. I don't know if he's got himself another grip, does have himself a Lichborn to break out of that CC by the looks of it. Or is that Lichborn? No, not Lichborn. AMS barely keeping himself alive here. Chaos Bolts back-to-back for Cobra, but this is going to be a stun on a Nasa Rogue. Hold on a second. The DK is actually still surviving. He doesn't have cool. Actually, he does have cooldowns. He does have some damage. He has a silence too. Silence on the Cobra. Hold on. He does get hit by Succubus CC, but he's got a big up blitz though. Big up blitz back to back. Doesn't have a kick available here. Cobra picking up a little bit of health with the Warlock Hellstone. The Death has still got a lot of burst available. That's going to be fear. Cobra knows he can't really go. Get interrupted. There's no kick available for Nasa though. Got himself AMS last second. Cobra with a port. I don't know if Nasa maybe makes it come back here. He's got no health whatsoever. I don't know if he's got a defenses at all. Both are so low. First aid for Nasa. Oh, barely got a tick or two. Cobra does have himself the Succubus CC. Chaos Bolt might just be into Nasa. Oh, I was thinking like maybe that one bolt was not going to be enough. But no, it was more than enough. Oh. That was nuts. I was kind of hoping that maybe he lives. No, that bolt devoured him completely. Cobra also doesn't have much of a chance with that leg sweep. There's just not much you can do there. That is rough. Man, of the medical industry. Yeah, seriously, dude. Yo, if we had a better medical coverage, Nasa Rogue and Saya probably would be alive right now. What's the healthcare like in Azeroth, man? My goodness. What kind of insurance plan do you need for a priest PI? You know what I mean? Aaron just taking circles right now, taking a bit of a victory lap after taking out Cobra, or just waiting for Young. That's most likely what's happening. And Young Mago, man, as an arcane, I feel like we see a lot less arcane mages in these duels. Outside of like Seavark, or some of you guys trying it out here and there. I see a lot of frost mages, I think, more than anything. Mad damage by Aaron, forcing the mage into a block instantly. Even though the mage was the one trying to see if he can get himself a setup with touching the Magi. Ring of Frost almost lands it, but not quite. Does get charged on, but it's still going to be a poly either way, though. Oh my, Young Mago not in a great spot. Monk tried to see if he could boop him back towards him. He's trying to see if he can root him out. Is he going to be able to? Poly does himself the altar. Aaron, if you got yourself mobility, you could potentially catch up to him, shifting power. Some of them breaks the poly very quickly. That was incredibly high DR, which most likely that's what it was. Big burst out of Mago, finally got himself a proper setup. Lexup does have a blink for it, trying to see if he can catch up to him. Roll does himself big defenses with a Karma still at the ready. Young Mago does get rooted for a second. Touch of the Magi is available, but I don't know what he could do in that situation. Getting locked out on Arcane, it's over. It is over. He can literally zap him. Lightning? Jade Lightning? No, doesn't go for the Jade Lightning. Instead, Aaron backs up out of there. Not the worst move. Young Mago can recover a lot of health right now, though, with first aid. For Aaron, he's just worrying about his health bar right now. Sitting down for Magefoot? Yeah, he's doing okay. He's doing perfectly fine right now. At least for the time being. Normal block, though, so he's going to be a little bit behind. Breath somehow did not last long at all. Or I guess doesn't have any duration reduction on breath or anything, right? There's no shot, yeah. Just maybe broke to damage. I'm pretty sure breath is one of those abilities that may break on damage. Is that one of the... I know the poly is going to have a damage threshold, but I wonder if breath is also going to get a damage threshold in an 11.1. Leo yoinking Aaron back over to him, trying to see if he can encase him in a block of ice. Aaron did a pretty decent job of staying away from Leo, but that last tick of Remorseless Winter does end up just encapsulating him completely. Silence with the karma reversal back to Leo. Leo just going to back up out of there for a second as the riders are still ripping apart Aaron. And that's still quite a lot of damage they're doing to him, but that damage is being reversed back to Leo very quickly. Does end up surviving a good portion of the reversal. And he's just trying to see if he can play it steady with Aaron for a second here, as the Monk got himself at least an opportunity to recover, at least for the next 10 seconds. If Leo goes for another stun lock, Aaron will have a trinket. It technically does have a diffuse magic, so that's gonna help him against the frost damage from Leo. Pretty sure, right? I guess it all depends on obliterate. I guess it all depends on the way the obliterate is coded. Because when obliterate gets the kill machine proc, it's pure frost damage, but it still is a melee hit. So diffuse magic, I wonder if that does reduce that frost damage, or if it doesn't because it's a melee hit. Because when you have a shaman that goes full ascendance with a ranged wind strike, that's like a storm strike becoming ranged full nature damage, still a melee hit, doesn't get blocked. Big damage on Leo, but big damage on for Aaron. Both are so low. Hold on a second, Leo actually feeling the pressure right now. Feeling the pressure with Leo, that big reversal with the conduit of Celestials, dude. The Celestials are just channeled right through him. Oh, big leg super on the corner. I am surprised he lived it. I honestly thought Leo had it in the bag, but Aaron, he still got surprises, man. Naughty. That is not bad at all, dude. Conduit Celestial doing pretty good, apparently. Fear into Aaron does end up popping himself a little bit extra help to work with, but Karma, for Rick right now, he just got to live out that Karma a little bit. Got himself the Void Operational, had himself a port, charged in, Lexi on all the pets, drink it out for Rick. Aaron doesn't have much to really work with here, can diffuse magic, but it's still a lot of physical damage coming through by all these pets that just get slammed down by an Overlord. For Rick, it's still got to go through 2 more. And Krager is going to be his next competitor. Is he going to give him an honor duel here? He's giving him a second. He's giving him kind of a second to catch a breather. It is going to be a freshly pet. Fear up immediately does drop down a banner. Man, this is on that gateway. Man went to another zip code. It went from Paralysis all the way to the market, man. From the docks to the market in a single trip. Big demolish out for Krager. Rick does have a wall for this one. Can rip the body out of Krager. Does end up ripping his soul out of his body, but he's still an avatar of just carnage. A juggernaut of pain. Trinket does end up trying to go for a kick until Rick doesn't quite connect the Zerker Rage, so that Fear is full. Ruination right after charges back and over. Rick needs mobility to get away from Kragar. I don't know what else he can do. He just gotta stay away. He doesn't have much health to work with. Holy, are you just gonna die to bleed? First aid, barely. Oh! Looks like Kragar left him grievously bleeding. And the man is just bled out on the floor of the Borealis market. Aaron picking up 3, by the way. I didn't realize how good that burst was gonna be. Picking up 3. Well done, well done. Conduit Celestial, absolutely just pumping. Let's get us another one going here, boys, yeah? Johnny, as well as Krager, let me know when you boys are ready. And after that, after this match right here, we'll do another switcheroo. We'll get some fresh new bodies in. What's up, by the way, Wes? I feel you on that, dude. As somebody who's been doing a bunch of doctor visits recently, yeah, it is pain. Literally like, oh, I want to get healthy. Ooh, my wallet doesn't feel healthy anymore. It's bad, man. It's bad. Video pause. Yeah, let me get it up and running here too. All right, waiting for Kragar. Hopefully he'll let me know in a second. Johnny boy, how we doing? Ready? Beautiful. So waiting on Kragar. We'll see how we do. Oh, you mound, dude. I haven't really farmed Timeless Proto, but I've been seeing more people with it. I really want to get a Timeless Proto. I actually have a character in a great spot that's ready to farm it. I'm just kind of checking in on that thing whenever it's available. How's Kragar's team doing? How's the team being built? Or is it good? Is it good? No. Okay, we'll give him a second then. Hopefully he'll have a group ready in a bit here. But check in at LG, boys. Every time a match ends, because usually we are making a group and reforming it really quickly. Lizard Blackrock hold, yeah. And then I'll probably do a grand after this next one. So Johnny's team after this, remember, we're going to be reforming afterwards. We're going to be getting 2 new people that haven't played and 2 people that have played. So we're going to get you guys all in here, man. Rotate all of you boys out for the night. And anybody that hasn't played tonight will have a chance to join in Team 2. If you already played on Team Krager, but you haven't played on Team, in the other team, you still count as somebody who hasn't played. So you can join in. So if you want to play against Krager, not with Krager, that's another option too. That is definitely an option as well. Did I save that one? I don't remember. Beautiful. Alrighty, boys. Let's get us another one going here, yeah? Uno más, uno más. Alrighty, switch. Caligorn is back. Hey, my man. How you doing, my guy? I like the mount, dude. Wait, the mount is so good. Hold on. The mount is actually so good looking. I haven't really actually looked at the details, man. I kind of like the overall, like its face with the purple eyes. I didn't even realize it had purple eyes. Krager, not first. Who's first? Is it Toxie? Toxie is first versus Cobra, the rogue, who actually did some lot of bleed-based gameplay last week. Eats a chaos bolt to the face, trying to see if he can catch a reset, taking a little bit of damage from those bolts out of a twisting nether portal, but a big infernal drop on the head probably is going to give you a bit of a bigger headache than the portal. Trinket out for Toxie, board out for Cobra, backing up out of there really quickly. Sakim is catching them really fast. Cobra playing Diablos, by the way, is super unusual. Most Warlocks play Hellcaller as a Destro, but Diablos with the extra summons can be really good. I mean, Chaos Mother, all those pets, but it's a lot of damage on the Cobra. Both are so low. Cloak of Shadows for the rogue. It does it. I'm taking it. Oh my god, that was a well-timed Cloak of Shadows. After Cobra had nowhere to go, nothing he could do at that point. It was over. It was lights. Toxic does end up taking him out. If anything, this rogue is incredibly good at just eliminating whoever he puts his mind to, right? He decides, all right, you die, and that's it. You ain't living. You ain't coming out alive out of that one whatsoever. Does get a sap, but he's got to be behind the cooldowns now. No Trinket. He's playing against Rick, who's Destro this time around. Oh, you got a Succubus? Do you have a Succubus? You do. A Shivara. He kind of blended it with the, like the ground, because it's kind of like reddish, crimsonish in the light or something. Yeah, kind of, at least in my eyes it is. The dirt. I'm looking at I'm trying to figure out the color scheme of this dirt, dude. What is the color palette for the dirt? Wait, what is that? Oh, Ice Cracking a barrel down on by Chaos Mother. That Chaos Mother's got a mind of her own, dude. She decided that Krager is the threat. Even though Toxie's actively dueling Rick, that Chaos Mother knew who's the real threat in the arena. She was like, yo, Krager, you're looking spooky. Big Bolt doesn't connect, but I think these Infernos, Tree Infernos are just gonna end up taking it, dude. Keeping you warm over there. That didn't feel great at all. Caligorn charging in. That's gonna be the pet. Immediately going for Invis. Reflect up for Caligorn. I don't know exactly what he reflected versus Rick, but does go for the AoE Fear. Zerka's Rage does get him so a big gateway. I think to try to reflect Succubus CC, right? Is that what happened? Blaze out for Caligorn. He's got himself a decent spot. Rick might be under a lot of pressure here. Does go for a port himself into a Succubus catching him, but it's a very DR though. Chaos Bolt right after. Reflect does not reflect back at Rick. I was thinking maybe the reflect would reflect a bolt, but it does at least dampen the damage. Stun with a big Ruination. Why does it feel like Ruination did no damage? Is it me? Or did it feel like Ruination, his cell bar didn't remove at all when it slammed? So much for a big Ruination. What is that? Oh no, it's supposed to be like a better version of a Chaos Bolt. It definitely not. It definitely ain't. Also, it's supposed to summon a little demon imp for you as a Destro. I don't even see a little imp. Did it miss? I swear it missed. It must have missed. Big Bolt, big Overlord joins in for Rick. This gives him a window to do some damage, but a massive demolish out for Caligorn since Rick can't go anywhere. Try to see if he can split the soul of the warrior away from his body, but the blades, man, the blades do end up taking him down. Not much you can do about it. Caligorn leaping away to try to see that second wind catch him back up to full here. With Young Maga gonna be up next. Can this warrior fight through the rest of Team 2? He's got Saya, Leo, and Young to go through. I feel like versus Young, maybe that's a chance here, because it is not a Frost Mage at the very least. Oh, you get the red broom. I'm still trying to get the pink one. Yeah, dude, without animation, the pink one looks so good. Then there's the blue and the purple one. I'm still trying to figure out if, like, do I want to get those? It is 600 extra tender, dude. It is 600 extra tender, so I don't know, man. I feel like, especially with so many vendors available this week in particular, that's a lot of tender you can spend. Bladestorm Owl for Caligorn does get made Mago to blink with an altar, and he's actually going to blink super aggressively, or at least reverse blink back at him. Get the pink one yesterday. I'm still trying to get the pink one, man. I got the rocket last year. I'm still trying to go for the pink one. I got like a trial account and my real account, so I have 2 chances a day. Still haven't got the rocket. Yeah, the rocket is like, you just gotta farm it. I got my rocket in the subsequent kill, not like my first kill of the day. So it was like a 0.3% or something. Yeah, I just got super lucky at some point. Last day of the holiday last year, I think. Yeah, so whenever I've been riding on the rocket around, dude. I'm wondering how many people have been upset just seeing me on the rocket, because that thing is pretty rare. This is going to be Caligor trying to go for a big Colossus Smash with a Belf, trying to see if he can rip one of the Mage's buffs. I wonder what he ripped out of him. Maybe Alter? Possibly Alter. Maga does go for the Blink into a Reflect for Caligor and reflect one of those waves of missiles. But at least able to dampen some of the damage he's taken. Charge back to Maga, does get himself a reversal. I don't know if he's got a leap. He's got himself a Ring of Fire. Thought the Warrior was going to attack him and go put in that ring defensively, but no. Warrior is actually looking for a bit of that recovery behind the pillars. Maga got himself a lot of mana backup and available. Stun on the corner. Does he have a blink? Maybe use the blink already. That is Shimmer. It is Shimmer. Poly reflected back at Maga. He does have the Poly that lets him heal though, which is unfortunate. Or at least the Poly heals him. At the very least, Blazestorm can't go anywhere. Hold on a second. Maga might be in a bit of trouble. Oh, no, he ain't. No, he ain't. That's just Mago just unloading everything in a touch of the Magi. Federal going to be up next. He need the block from Mago. I was thinking the Warrior probably was going to pull it back, but then he just popped. Just want to pop with a touch of the Magi. I forgot how good touch of the Magi is. This is the problem, man. We don't see enough arcade mages. You forget just how strong the class is. But they've always had this like allure of they could just randomly blast you, right? A mage would just kind of build and build and build damage, and all of a sudden, pop, and you're dead. Unlike Frost Mage, which drops a meteor down on you with Shatter, big Ray of Frost, big Frostfire bolts and all that, you can see the damage. With the Arcane, that touch of the Magi builds and builds, and oh, all of a sudden your health is gone. And you don't really see it. You don't really see it from a mile away or anything. Young Maga barely has any health. I think it might be lights for him. Does get a reversal, but he's still just standing in Consecration Breath. He's just dead. Yeah. Federal even trick is just to see if he can end them. Got himself a big regenerating, waiting for the next guy. And the next guy is going to be Saya. A bit of a rematch between the two. Federal getting hit with a stun immediately. No trinket available this time. Does have a button for forbearance available, so he's going to be okay for the most part. Got some immunity to magic damage. Saya just trying to see if he can back up out of this as soon as possible. This one for Federal, he's got to maximize his damage versus Saya. Because this way, at the very least, like maybe you can get some damage on the Saya while you're trading down immunity. Try to see if you can maybe get Saya to chase after him. Trying to get himself a Searing Glare going at some point. The outer Pharaoh needs to play the dot-based game and put pressure onto Saya over time. That Searing Glare off of a blind should at least give him potentially a go here. Saya taking a bit of damage, but not too much that he can't really handle. Does get a blind of his own. Stone into Saya. Trinket Stone back at the Federal. Does it force a bubble out of the guy? That is a question. Bubble out. Saya still has immunity to magic damage. Or Bob, either way, but probably going to be the Spell Warden. He has Lay on Hands, but he's trying not to use either one of these buttons right now. He's just trying to see if he can hold on to them. For the time being, Federal looking to maybe put some pressure on Saya. Lay on Hands does get it back up at top. With Federal bubbling off, he does have a proper forbearance that he can't like intervene with a bubble. And the only immunity he's got, or big forbearance button rather, is Lay on Hands. So he's only got one, where Saya got two. Magic immunity and bubble. Searing Glare. Unless the Federal has the Lay on Hands right now, he does use it, but he's still behind. He's incredibly behind on cooldowns. He's got to put so much pressure into Saya. Got to go through two major defenses. The only way he can win this, I think, right now is if he lands an interrupt on one of Saya's Holy Cats. That or just the surprising amounts of damage to Saya out of nowhere. That is the only way I think that he takes it. Saya trying to see if he can dodge. Does get hit with the Searing Glare. Federal looking for a bit of recovery. Saya also low on health. First aid doesn't break into the Dawnlight. Regenerate doesn't break to Dotson though. Saya's still super low on health. Hold on. Saya's still super low. You may be looking at, yeah, immunity. Federal just gotta live. But Saya's still got a bubble in case he needs to. There's nothing he can do. Federal is just out of options. Saya is able to run over him, and there's nothing he can do whatsoever. Cracker with a stun onto Saya. Does bubble it here. He knows he's gonna bubble it. Got himself maybe any kind of recovery. He's still got a Warlock Hauser by the looks of it. So might be able to get himself a little bit actually healing. But Cracker no longer needs to go through any immunity versus Saya. So he's in a great spot right now. Blind. No Searing Glare to follow up. He does have Reflect. But maybe he's going to go for a stun, do some damage, then go for a Searing Glare. That's most likely what he's going to end up banking on. Waiting on that good Wake of Ashes combo. That or just waiting on cooldowns. He's got defenses like Shield of Vengeance available very, very soon. Oh, banner down. He can't stop him. He can't go for that Searing Glare. That banner was lined up so perfectly for Kragar. It was great. Saya is asked just so fast to play defenses here, play self-heal build, trinket out immediately, trying to get ahead of Krager as best as possible. He doesn't have any way to lock down the warrior, and he isn't going to be seeing any one of those forbearance buttons for a while. For Krager, as long as he plays the game slow and steady, I think he wins this. Or actually, it probably is better for Saya to play it super slow and steady, drawing out the match, and then maybe win. But that's about all you can do at this point. Reflect up, it's going to be Wake of Ashes, reflecting one of those dawn lights back to Saya. It's not going to feel good at all. That's going to be bleeds on top of it. That's going to charge with a stun. I think it slides for Saya. It does go for the stun. Searing Glare, but is he going to go for Searing? No, he just needs to play defense. There's nothing he can do. It's just nothing he can do. I don't know if that roar, Dragon's Roar, reached him. I don't know if that blade connected. I want to say it probably did because he's ticking down little by little. I think it's slower, dude. I think it's over Saya. He's got 2 minutes on a bubble, man. It is over. It is done. Unless he got himself a lay on hands out of nowhere. Maybe he does. Who knows, right? If I see a lay on hands out of this guy right now, I'll be impressed. I'll be genuinely impressed. Stun. Big demolish. It's just over. Lay on hands. Hold on a second. He's got himself the fighting chance into Searing Glare off of that stun. No Wake of Ashes for a bit. He's got a bit of damage. That final wreck and Wake of Ashes do not collapse together. Battle sense for Kragar. Hand of Freedom for Saya. He's got movement. He's got mobility. 2 minutes on a bubble. 3 minutes on a bop. He's got damage on the Kragar. He is melting little by little. He's still got parry and everything. Saya needs to get the hell out of dodge if he wants to find a winning chance here. But I think it's over. Yeah, locked out by the warrior. Nowhere to go. Even through a blind, the blades do take him. But Leo, I don't think giving the Kragar a chance here, is he? Or is he? Looks like he kind of walked in, got close enough to let him get at least a heal. IBF out of Leah, full defense. Yeah, Krager with the Blaze Storm, although you can still get gripped on a Blaze Storm. That is rough. Krager tried to see if he could get himself out of dodge. The Leo only not using too many cooldowns here. He's not trying to use the full entire army of the undeads. And actually, maybe him pulling back on his cooldown, not summoning up the entire Riders of the Apocalypse might have actually been his downfall here. Leo does get the Riders. Oh, yeah, it is. He tried to see if he could go without the Riders to take down Krager by himself, but Krager was like, yay, you're gonna have to do it. I'm forcing it. Big damage onto Astroni. Oh no, Astroni might be actually dead here. Does get himself a disperse. Bit of damage out of the pet. Death back for a second. Doesn't have much health to work with. Root onto Leo for a second. Does break out of it. Silence onto Astroni. Cannot heal. Cannot do anything. Stunned up right after. Does get himself Veil Racial with a trinket. But it's over. I think. Oh, it does over. Leo does end up picking up the 2 at the end there. Catching them real quickly. I like how Krager was like not gonna die till Frost DK damage without the Riders joining in. I like that. He was just like, hey, I'm just gonna, I can live this. I can literally live through your burst. You're gonna have to pop that 1.5 minute button. Normally 3 minute button, but you can reduce it. But you're gonna have to use it. Let's get another one going, boys. Actually, remake the group. Leo and everybody on Team Leo. We're gonna have to remake the group real quickly. 1 sec. I'm gonna have to let Krager know. Remaking the group here real quickly, boys. Leo, join back in, and then we'll get you guys in here. 2 people that played, 2 people that haven't played. Alrighty. So, well, what is happening? Saya, Rick, okay. I'll get Leo first. Leo, I need ya. Nike, Young Mago, I can get you guys in. I'll need to get 2 people that played, 2 people that haven't played. But we're gonna remake here real quick. Chas would be somebody who hasn't played at all, so we can get him in here. We remake. Join my group in LG. Option to request. Really? Can I might do like this? Yeah. What I might have to do is I might have to have Johnny Boy list the group. Yeah. We'll do it like this. Johnny Boy. I will pass. Can you list it for me? So it's some yeah, no, I'll do it. Hold on. What I'll do is I'll do the list. I'll make Johnny lead. Johnny listed under Molten Core for me. Call it 5V5 1V1 DUELS. And yeah, and I'll get the invites and all that stuff out of the way. We'll have to make the group convert it into a raid, but that'll be pretty easy though. That'll be pretty easy. Okay, group is listed under Molten Core. You guys should be able to see it. Last time some of you weren't able to see it is because technically I declined you, but I didn't actually decline you out of the group. It's like bugged out. So yeah, If you guys want to join in, you should be able to easily see it. It is listed right now on the Molten Core. Not my lead, but it was Johnny's lead. So, should be able to see it, hopefully. Hopefully. I'm going to change the how to coil. All good, man, all good. Actually, coil probably is pretty decent. If you guys are struggling seeing the group, let me know though. Let me know, because then I'll try to see if we can do something different then for it. Because if it's bugged like all shit, then yeah, not much we can do. Krongzu is new, so that'll be one of the new people. And we got Chaz that's new, so we only need somebody that's already played. So we need one more, somebody that's already played. So Johnny, pick up somebody that's already played on Team KenQ. Nico, what is your BNet? Do you have me added a BNet? Because I can invite you directly. Yeah, because you guys told me a couple of weeks ago that it can bug out and the group no longer shows up because it says like declined, but it's not actually declined. What I also might have to do is I might have to do it not as a Molten Core. I might have to do it as like another raid, but that'll still work out, right? Nike. Let's grab Nike. Let's grab Nike. And what I can do is I can bounce and you can grab Nike, yeah? Oh yeah, here we go. Nice. So that'll be 5 man. Perfect. We're good. Reload, then you'll see it. Oh, okay. So everybody else needs to reload. Got it. Cool. You guys have 5. Kraga has 5. We should be good. Hopefully. Okay, we do have 5. Okay, delete the group. Then we are good to go. Let's double check if it's delisted. Yeah. There we go. Appreciate you, Johnny. I appreciate you. I don't want to bother you too much, man. But I really, you have no idea how like helpful having somebody who does these groups is for me, man. It helps out a ton. Norman Plush does it really quickly, and he sets it up and all that. It allows us to speed up how fast we do groups and how fast we do our duels, which is awesome. So Saya and Nike are people to played. Krongsu and Chaz are people that haven't played, so we'll add them. We'll do this team for 2 and then we'll reform after, yeah? And Nico, I can get you in, like, after this match and the next one, I can add you directly if you want me to. Pretty sure I should have you added on Real ID too. Pretty sure. I'm gonna double check. Beautiful. All right, here we are, boys. Switch. I'm missing somebody on Team Krager, but hopefully they'll get him in just a second as we got ourselves Chaz Kramer. I haven't seen this man in a while, I think. Gnome. Frosty Mage. We got ourselves Krongso on this team, played for Krager, coming back to this team instead now. Leo on this team. We got ourselves Nike back here with Survival that time around. And Saya with our full Paladin set. I love it, man. Love it. Still missing a 5th over for the Team Krager. What we may have to do is we might have to let somebody play like 2 matches or like the rest somebody at some point, just so we can have as even of a matches as possible. But we'll see, man. We'll see. Leo immediately starting off strong versus Goeris, who's gonna go underground for just a second. He's got himself Bloodless. He's got himself Doom Winds. And waiting for that sentence a little bit later, Leo got himself the entire army of the undeads join in. Wolf for Guerreros, that's going to be a lot of damage he's going to have to deal with. Bulwark Totem, got himself lots of healing. Big Tempest, dropping down into Leo. Mad Wind Strikes, Leo could be out a lot of trouble. IBF Lynchmore, not enough to lift this hold on. Wind Strikes and just absolutely obliterating the guy. Saving Death Pact until later, does take a massive lightning ball to a dome and is going to go for AMS to try to see if he can cover from the thunder and lightning. But still, the Goeris not letting him go anywhere. Those Tempests are brutal, tearing the men apart. Does land the stone, knocking him back, gripping him out, barely any health. Does get a rider, but is it going to matter though? Got a Ghost Rolls at the ready, bumping up his damage though. Fuel full of Maelstrom, got himself lots of healing back here as a White Mage trying to see if he can cut him down, but it's just not doing much. Does have a Root Totem around the corner. AMS, but it's still physical damage. They can bypass it easily. And Goeris does take it. My goodness, man. Root onto Croxa instantly. I don't know if you realize that he was the rogue. Stun around the corner. Oh, and it's a double stun. Oh, Croxa does go for the disarm. That is not bad at all, actually. Disarm enhanced with Shaman, not the worst move. They don't necessarily need weapons for all their abilities, but wind strikes and storm strikes, which is a huge portion of the damage. Yeah, disarm does do a lot. Those Tempests don't know. That's just from the hands of God. That's where that goes from. You can't disarm that. Guerrero's taking lots of damage though, unless he's got himself a wall or a heal. Krongzu might just take it. Knocked back for a second. Goerz needs a heal immediately. Blind, but he's so low on health. Next stun is going to be over. Is he stunnable? Oh, it's just full damage out of Krongzu. Nothing Goerz could do there at all. Astroni going to be up next. The Void Elf Shadow Priest charges in. Does it up hitting Krongzu with... Wait, he does hit him with a Mind Soothe. He's Mind Smooth. He just smooths his mind right now. Check out the shoe polish and just started polishing the brain. Mind Smooth. Technically, it does reduce your range of your abilities by a little. It has some PvP value, but very, very little. Cloak and Shot is instantly for the rogue, as Astrani just getting absolutely obliterated right now. Look at this ghostly image, by the way. I love that. It looks awesome. Stun, Krongzu trinkets out of it, does disrupt him in shadow. Nothing the man can do. Disperse last second. Astrani just can't play the game. This rogue is just not letting him do anything. Outlaw is one of the best specs for harassing the enemy target, whether it's a caster or a melee. They just don't let you out of sight, man. They won't let you go anywhere. Total mobility, constant pressure. Not that much in terms of burst, but definitely good lockdowns with stuns and enough pressure to just make you fall over backwards. And it's going to be down to two words, man. Either Caligorn or Kragar. I like how Caligorn looks like he's about to go jousting while on a bird, by the way. Looks like straight up about joust. Krongzu just absolutely cranking the damage through Kragar though instantly. Disarm right after. Roared by Kragar. Killing spree. Trying to see if he can stun it. Doesn't quite connect. Smoke bomb I see throws in for a Stormbolt. Does let him out of sight. Look at the mobility, man. He's just sprinting out of him. Blind as a Warbreaker goes through. Or Colossus Smash rather goes through. Has Avatar. Has a lot of potential damage, but Krongzu does not want to find out how much damage he wants to take here. Trying to see if he can get back over to Kragar before second one kicks in, but it ends up getting himself a little bit of healing either way. Gouge, evasion for a second, technically could overpower through it, but he's not gonna. He's just gonna wait it out a little. Pick up a little bit of health, pick up a little bit of damage, just summon to Krongzu for a second while evasion still is active. Stun, does go for the vanish for a second, still couldn't find him. That is unfortunate. Demolish Krongzu, looking to escape it, does end up escaping the last second. Parry up for Kragar. Krongzu is kind of limited on what he can do. Ambushes can still go through the parry though. Technically can. Trying to see if he can leap out of the way. Blood up, so he's looking for a bit of recovery. Sab Kragar with Zerkers, but Krongzu has so much mobility, man. He can just stay away from the warrior the entire time. You got yourself the raw brutality of might, the strength of a warrior versus the agility of rogue on full display, dude. Look at those grapple hooks. He can just go to the other side of the pillar. Oh, instantly, within seconds. Is sitting down for a mage food. That is unfortunate. Having a mage in your team does give you a little bit of healing, but man, does it let him catch up very, very quickly. For Kragar, that is going to be second one. Anytime he doesn't stay in combat for too long, just starts recovering all that health very, very quickly. Disarm to Krongzu for a second. He's trying to make sure he doesn't go away from Kragar too far. Disarm to Kragar. The rogue can still build comp points and actually do damage from a distance too without between the eyes. Actually can do quite a bit of range damage too. Charged by the warrior. Blind right after. Trinket still available, so he's holding on to a trinket until he gets locked down big time by the rogue. And the rogue goes in, quick reset with a cheap shot, got himself the big stuns, back-to-back killing spree to follow. Does go for the stun, rogue with a trinket. This is where Kragar at some point is going to have to find a way to lock down Krongzu in place for the big demolish. Does have the banner, but the rogue got himself so much distance, he's just going to outrange the warrior. He doesn't actually need to be next to him in melee at all. Kragar does have a parry backup. Defensive stance is available, or battle stance is available. Big demolish grapples out of it. Demolish still did a bit of decent damage, disarming one another. Krongzu still got a pistol, so he can still do damage. You also get the finisher between the eyes, he can still fire off even though disarmed. Kragar has a parry, does have to go for a parry here, trying to stop whatever damage he can from the rogue. Evasion off of the rogue. Both got most amount of defense here. Stun super short. Kragar does have a fear in case he needs to versus Krongzu does go for the fear. He needs a heal. He needs some recovery. Dalaran needs to find a way to lock down the rogue. Does pick up a little bit of health though. Leap. Does reconnect with the Blade Storm. I think it's over for the rogue. Chopping him down. Rogue ran out of luck there. Saya, are you going to give him that honor duel? He wants to charge him. He's kind of letting him get a bit of an honor duel. He's letting him be at an honor duel. Love seeing it. Love seeing it. Probably because Saya's like, you know what? I'm a paladin versus a warrior. I usually win this matchup, so I might as well give him a chance here, which I appreciate. Into a blessing of Senki immediately for Saya. Kind of expecting the stun out of Kragar. Kragar with a reflect. Dude, Saya is so hard to reflect against. As a pally, he's so good at just holding his hodge. Most paladins are so eager to hodge into immediate burst instantly. Saya knows against warriors to hold it. He knows he's eventually going to get a reflect out of them. It's so hard to reflect versus Saya. It's almost impossible. Plus, he's got himself the Herald of the Sun, so Krager can't really get a lot of healing without constant dot damage just rotting him down from the Herald. Krager, all he can do is walk after him, walk through the slow consecration, maybe get some damage back on the side, but he can't really get himself any recovery back behind the pillar. Look at that, man. Maybe Rallying Cry, maybe he can wait out Dawnlight, but it's a long-lasting dot. Long-lasting dot. Maybe he can Stormbolt him. Does go for the fear, but he's just going to end up getting a dot back on you. That is so rough. Maybe a leap, leaping away. Trying to let second wind kick in at some point. This Blessing of Sanctus out for Saya. Oh, does hit him with Stormbolt. Picking up a little bit of healing. Bit of parry as well. Reflect up really, really early. But he knows it's going to be a Hodge at some point. Yeah, he made sure to reflect another ability to make sure the Hodge doesn't get reflected. Disarm on the Saya, but Krager just melting right now. Blazed him just to get out of a slow-in effect, but just the constant pressure. There isn't much you can do about it. Battle Master Trinket to give him a little more health. Stun him to Saya, but it's still having to play super defensively, man. He has to. There's no option. He has to, because fighting Saya, he doesn't have the juice right now to just make damage happen. He needs to recover whatever he can. Especially with that Battle Master Trinket giving him the borrowed health, there was much he could do. Stormbolt is all he can do right now. Oh! Oh! If only he had to reflect for that Hodge. If only he had to reflect. I don't think he did, though. Roar, yeah. That is so tough. And Saya is going to be able to get himself full regenerating. There just isn't much he can do as a warrior. And Caligorn is the last one left, man. He's got to go not only through Saya, he's got to go through Nyack and Chase Kramer. Or Chaz Kramer? I'm going to mess up his name, for sure. Into a Blessing of Saint instantly. Caligorn, I think, is just trying to see if he can delay that reflect until a little bit later. Banner down, so Saya knows he wants to attack him. Blade Storm. Big damage on Saya. Does go for a bit of that damage here. Spear. Doesn't stay in Spear. Does go for the Hodge into a Trinket. Parry out for Caligorn. Trying to see if he can stay on top of Saya. Maybe he can do enough damage here. Just needs to stay on top of the pally as best as possible. And he's going to leap away. Trying to see if he can catch himself some recovery back behind the pillar. I don't know if they're going to be able to do so. Versus Kragar. I mean, he was able to bleed out Kragar with those resets. With a full Dawnlight behind the pillar. But he's trying to get himself second win too. Or main advantages here, and even then he couldn't really do much about that. Defensive stance is all he's got. Full Wake of Ashes is available. Got himself the dot rotting down Caligorn. Stun is available, but he's still going to be dotted for a very, very long time. Battle Master Trinket just to give himself a little more health. Disarm with Saya. Does prevent some of the Paladin's damage, but not a lot. Still got so much damage. That's another Dawn Light on him too, so your health is constantly reduced little by little while behind the pillar. Blessing of Saint to make sure there's no stun on a Caligorn. Yeah, I think Saya, there's just nothing you can do about him. There's just nothing you can do as a warrior. It's rough, man. It's rough. 2 for Saya, 2 for Krungzu. Well done, well done. Kraken was missing a guy, though, so we'll hopefully get him a +1 here in just a moment, yeah? Alright, Caligorn, or no Caligorn, Leo and Krager, let me know when you guys are ready. Because Krager is going to need a +1 here. And we're at 400, right? Yeah, game 400. Well done, boys. Well done. Let me know when you boys are ready. And after this next match, we'll reform team Leo. Yeah. Yo, what's up, y'all? Say hi to my man. Ready? Beautiful. Waiting on Kragar, and we'll see how we do. They just love fighting paladins. Bro, seriously, I don't think there's a way to play around it. Because you're constantly melting little by little. You're constantly dying over time with a Dawnlight. You can't get a reset. You can't get second wind to heal you. You can't do nothing. What do you do in that situation, man? Seriously. What are you supposed to do in that type of a situation? I'm actually perplexed. I have no idea. I have no clue. There's got to be an answer, right? There's got to be some kind of an answer. But it's just a lot. Primordial Storm combo hitting for 4 to 5 million PT odds insane every 30 seconds. People have 10 million HP. Yeah, that seems really strong. Is that all melee damage? Or is it like range like it used to be? Because it's a different kind of... Primordial is very, very different. Now it's like, it immediately shocks an enemy with a flame shock. And then it like does a secondary hit thing to it too. Let's do a Tiger's Peak. And then we'll do Lordaeron, we'll do a Dalaran Service. I'll come back to Toberon at some point, just to give you guys another chance at that place. I feel like we only got like one okay-ish match there. But yeah, WAP is rough, dude. Wait! I'm sorry, what? A Holy Paladin? Okay. We'll run it, but okay, if the Holy, I don't know what's happening, but if the Holy Paladin is meant to, maybe it's a oopsie, maybe a big oopsie. But if, let's say, Holy Paladin is like, oh, let me try dueling as Holy. If the game is lasting too long, I'm okay with Team 2 just like jumping them. So just give it a shot, but if it's like taking forever, we can just, oh, okay, he lived. Do we want to remake? ODQ? Let me write to Krager real quick. What is ODQ? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna ask Krager what he wants to do here. Alright, switch. Looks like we're gonna try to play it out, but I'm asking Krager if he wants to requeue this, because they are missing a fifth for a second match in a row. As Chaz tried to see if he could just drop down big damage to Goer's wall immediately out for that man, as he got himself wall and a trinket off of this one, charging by the Goers as Chaz just blasted him out back-to-back. Frostbound to follow, flurries are available, got himself that that icy veins is just blasting with a bunch of insta-casts as I'm trying to okay. Krager, I was asking, trying to figure out if he wants to do a rematch here, but he was like, we'll just do the next match. We'll just get a full team next match. It's fine. They're gonna have to fight as a one-man army here, man. With him, Toxic, Caligorn, it's gonna be quite a match, dude. Quite a task. As Goer's trying to see if he can get himself a bit of a better angle here. Leaping in. Chaz taking a bit of damage, but does get himself plenty of reversal. Goer's is enhanced shaman. Actually, it's a really good class to fight up against a mage, though. Used to be mages just run circles around shamans for a good bit, except like I guess Ellie Shaman, but like enhanced used to, oh god, oh the damage. They used to get bullied by mages, right? You used to get bullied by mages. Like Ellie Shaman and Mage were kind of sort of even, but enhanced used to get bullied. Nowadays it's the other way around. Goer's able just to bully Chaz from a distance, dude. This is a melee class right here. You know what I mean? Hey, I'm a melee as I hit you from like another zip code from out of town. With a big wind strike, send the winds in your direction. One heal for DPS versus one heal for DPS could be fun. Wouldn't be a duel, but I wouldn't hate that. Yeah, it would definitely put a lot of pressure on the healer, though. It would be a lot of trades. Leap on for Goer's. I love that little leap. He does get frozen, eats a full ray of frost, but leaps away from the meteor. At least able to cut off a half of that burst capability. Not bad at all, man. Not bad at all. So hard to catch a mage on enhance. So as an enhance, at least you can root him, you can slow him, you can purge him full of buffs. You can hit him from range. Big damage out for Chaz though. Frostfire bolts are huge though. As Mage, I'm surprised he's not spamming Frostfire bolts every single global he gets. But it's gonna give me another Frostfire bolt. Interrupt him on that. Goer's picking up a little bit of health. Knockback for Chaz. Leaping away. Honestly, as a Frostfire Mage and Frostfire bolts, I'm surprised not more mages go for Frostfire bolt flare combos because it hits really hard. Frostfire bolt is a button, just hits really hard in PvP, especially if you like talent for it properly. Because any buffs to Frostbolt also buffs Frostfire Bolt because it replaces one or the other. Big damage out for Goer's, though shifting power out for Chaz as he's looking for a bit of a resetty behind the pillar. Ring of Frost to follow as Goer's actually is Duel is drawing a little longer here into the 3-minute mark. It does let him come back with a couple of those cooldowns here. So if you can manage those cooldowns and not use them too aggressively versus Chaz to finish him off, he might be able to have those duels ready for the next guy. Do you have a altar and a displacement? He's got 2 ways to escape that. Does get interrupted on Arcane though, with an over right after. Look at the mobility, man. As soon as he gets interrupted, he just sprints out of there. Big leap for Goer's, man. Leaping in there like King Kong, dude. Big damage. Chaz has nowhere to go. One more zap. Oh, beautiful little tempest from the sky. Oh, Krongzu wants a bit of a rematch with Goer's. Goer's last time had a lot of hard time with the rogue. Immediate trinket for Krongzu. Goer's could go underground here. Does go for the stun. Is this an opportunity for damage here? Might just have to go big damage here. Sunder? I don't know if he goes in for damage. Cloak of Shadows. Just gotta live. Just gotta live. Next, the Kidney Shot is gonna be deadly, but you just gotta find a way to live. I don't know how you're gonna do it. I don't know how you're gonna do it. Kidney? Does a rogue have damage? Oh, Goer's, your health. Your health right now. Oh, Bulwark last second gives you a bit of a shield. Kill spree. Oh, it does get himself a send, but it doesn't matter. The rogue already got him chopped up. Oh, man, that's rough. That is rough. Yeah, with a Shaman, you just have to watch out for the Rogue's Kidney, because that's what's going to kill ya. That is what's going to kill ya. Is it Toxin next? It looks like it's not Kragar. Maybe Caligorn? I think they're trying to figure it out still. They only have 4 people anyway. One of them got to go up versus Krogzer. He says, go! It's like, ED. Which means go. Kragar, he says, Kragar, go! He said, Kragar, go! It's all Kragar, take him out! Kragar, we need you! As this man charges in, he actually gets himself a proper rematch versus Krogzer as well. Last time the Rogue. Wait, was it Kragar? Yeah, it was versus Kragar. Krogzer did get slammed by Kragar. And Krogzer wants a piece of action again. Wants a bit of that revenge versus Kragar. Does go for the disarm and disarm back right after. Grapple away for Krogzer. Kragar with a big war breaker, or Colossus Smash rather. Parry up as a rogue looking for an escape. Cheap shot, looking to get out of dodge. Lead by Kragar. If you can get a slow into Krogzer, then you might be able to get him a lot of damage if possible. Krogzer just activated his capstone, by the way. He got a coin that flipped back to him. That man just picked up 7% more agility. He's actually hitting harder than ever before. Holy, it's actually kind of hard to achieve that combo too, in PvP at least. But he got himself a ton of damage. As long as he doesn't stay out of combat for too long, he still keeps that damage buff. It is nuts. And doing some damage to Kragar here too. Fear to follow. He's got plenty of the pistols, hitting harder than ever. Between the eyes from afar away. Blind onto Kragar, looking for a first aid. Looks like something makes it. Does let him go for big killing spree. Trinket to follow. Kragar, barely any health available. I don't know if he can go for rally cry here. He might just need to. Roar. Rogue with a cloak. Just someone to Kragar. Does go for rallying cry. He needs a little more health. Banner down, so Rogue can't really stop him. Oh! Oh, your health though. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, wait, whoa. Rally cry and battle masters both fell off. Twice his health just went to 0. Or 1 rather. Nayak, do you give him a chance here? I think he wants to give Kragar a chance. You gotta give Team 1 a proper chance here, man. You gotta give him a proper chance here. They're only fighting as 4 because we had a healer there for a second. Nayak does give him a second win chance here though. As we head into the 32% dampening. Healing is going to be very, very tough on both of you. So cooldowns are going to be much, much more important. Still slow, immediately onto Kragar. Leap it over to Nayak, does go for a stun. It is going to be Nayak breaking out of the stun pretty quickly. Defensive stands up for Kragar as Nayak trying to see if he kite Kragar back into his little lunar shower, which is doing a lot of damage, man. Does a ton of damage. Stun onto Nayak, defensive stance for Kragar. Does get knocked back for a second. Into a quick throw onto Nayak. Looking to catch up a little bit of healing if any available. 32% dampening fear on both the pet and the hunter. It looks like he's trying to see if he can get him some second wind. I don't know if he's got any dots, any poisons on him. He doesn't. Medic bandages for Nayak. It gives him a little bit of recovery. Sending the pet at Kragar to disrupt the second wind. But both of them got enough recovery there in that short fear. And for Kragar, he just needs to get himself reflect. Yeah, he knows, dude. He knows. He knows. Stun onto Nayak. Does try to stun with a binding shot though. As long as you keep Nayak slowed, you'll be able to go for a big demolish. Scatter shot stops him in place though. Nayak is slowed by quite a bit. Charges in. Warbreaker. Is this where you go in for another demolish? Oh, rooted though. Blade Storm. You just need to stay on top of him just to get the proper demolish. And you'll be okay. Nayak has taken quite a bit of damage though. Kragar's looking kind of okay. Reflect up. Oh! Turtle Shell does prevent the freeze from stopping him. Stormbolt. I think this is where you go to big demolish now. Oh! Big demolish. Massive mortar strike. Taking him out. Who's up next? Is it Leo or is it Saya? I think Saya is probably going to be the end to Kragar, isn't it? They're sending out Saya. Well, usually they're not choosing who they send out. Usually it's like a slash roll. Oh snap, I'm late. What's up, Crusader, my man? Usually it's a slash roll that they do to find out who's going to be first, who's going to be last. Kragar, I think, might just have to play super aggressive versus Saya. He's playing that Herald of the Sun, so playing behind the pillar, like, unless you can guarantee a second win recovery behind the pillar, you're not going to be able to really do that. You have to play super aggressive. You have to put some pressure into the guy, force some cooldowns out of him. Forces for Baron's buttons. Defense stands out for Kragar for a second. This is going to be Saya just doing some range damage. Stunned by Kragar, but he's walking through Consecration. He just got him perma-slowed. Big demolition to Saya. Actually going to be able to force some cooldowns out of Saya pretty quickly here. Lay on hands. Parry up for Kragar. Doesn't have a trinket, but Saya took a lot of demolish damage. So for Kragar, this is still a window where you're doing more damage to Saya. He reflected a Hodge back at the guy. He actually got a proper Hodge reflect. I don't know if it'll be ever enough here. I don't know if this will be enough for him to get a kill, but I think this is the first time we've seen Saya actually get his Hodge reflected. He's insanely good at delaying that Hodge, but maybe Kragar figured him out. Maybe he found out the play when he's gonna Hodge. Maybe he figured out the strat. Who knows, right? Trying to see if he can let the second wind come back in, but I don't think he's going to be able to. Unless you got a fear. No, he doesn't have a fear. But he does have damage. Disarmament to Saya with the sun to follow. Gonna force a bubble out of him unless he's careful. Shrinking available for the Hodge. Holy, Saya super low on health. Oh, there's no way. He does open up for Talrion a chance, or for Toxie a chance to take out Saya. He got a bop, that's all he's got. He'll have forbearance. Caligor needs to charge him immediately if he wants to land a kill here. Don't let this opportunity go to waste, Cal. You can't let it. Spear, he goes in for bubble. Oh, blessing of protection removed for the bell for Ashel. Oh, glorious. Caligorn get hit with a Hodge, does go for a trinket immediately. Banner down so he can't get hit by CC too much. Saya try to see if he can maneuver around him. Disarm for a second. Caligorn super low on health. Saya try to see if he can just play a long game here with a Dawn Light burning through Caligorn little by little. Caligorn with a parry to reduce some of the damage taken. Saya is super incredibly low. Does Caligorn take it here? Does the warrior take it right now? Stunned. I think he has it. Now it's taken. But Leo last one left. Does Leo give him a chance to get a second win? I don't think he's gonna. Don't think he's gonna. Does end up charging in. Death of Decay waiting for him. Fear to follow. Zerker. No, Zerker rages. Lichborn's out of it. Caligorn, there's no shot you can do anything here, yeah? Because he happy, yeah? To break out of his stuns. Toxie, last one left. You're the last one left. He's gonna want to find you and take you out really, really quickly. As long as you can deal with the army of the riders rushing you, you'll be fine. Full dots to the Leo. He knows there's no healing and 58% dampening. Toxic going for Trinket really aggressively here. Leo super low in health. I think it's over. Death back just to give himself a bit more health. Toxic with cloak and evasion. Just trying to end this right now. Oh! And the Team Krager doesn't bring it back. They do bring it back with Krager picking up too. Oh, look at that healing too. Oh my god. He gave Caligor an opportunity there to take out Saya. That was their toughest matchup with double warrior. I feel like Saya, if there was no dampening or nothing, would have been able to go through both of them very, very easily, like hot knife through butter. But getting those CDs out of him and getting the bubble gave Caligor an opportunity. Belt. That one ability completely was so good. Alrighty. So Team Johnny, we're gonna have to remake the group, man. Remake. Yeah, remake. Two that got to play today, and two that haven't on non-Kragar teams. Johnny, if you want to do it yourself, like the group itself, you're more than welcome to, man. But like two people that got to play, two haven't. Kragar's also making a group. If you guys want to join in, if you haven't played tonight at all, now is a good time to join Kragar or Johnny. Kragar's just filled. Johnny's going to be ballistic. I'll do Molten Core. If for some reason you're not seeing team Johnny, reload. Just hit that reload and you should be good to go for the most part. There we go. Alright, Kragar is ready. I'll let him know 1 sec. Alrighty. So we got the group listed. Oh, you guys are full. You guys are good, apparently, right? Maybe? Yeah. How's your day, brother? What's up? 6 guns? I'm pretty good, man. I think I'm a little under weather again, but not like that's been any. What else is new, right? I feel like everybody on the mother is sick nowadays. Nope. Okay. D list. Then we queue. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, if they were on Team Kragar, they could play on your team. Yeah, they all count as new. They all count as new. Alrighty, I'll send you guys into Dalaran sewers, yeah? I'll send you guys to my sewers. Where I go to all my content. Garbaggio, dude. The Garbaggio River. Otherwise known as the Dalaran sewers. By the way, thank you guys for hanging out with me today, man. Appreciate you. Oh, close. Nope, still has 2 bubbles left. Yeah. No, it's like, so technically when it comes to immunities, you only gotta go Bop or Spell Warden, bubble. Lay on Hands, do you count that as a bubble? I guess it's like a reset, right? If you look at the Bop, bubble, Lay on Hands is like a reset of their health bar. Then yeah, I guess it's like 3 immunes, but I just call them forbearance abilities. Bosnies, how you doing, fam? Hope you're having a good one. This one is all sickness, bro. Seriously, this new year for some reason everybody's sick. Everybody that I know has been sick with something, anything. Ugh. Alrighty, boys. Let's get you guys going. Switch. Got ourselves a blinding. Yo, we got this bad idea of trying to play heal last time. We got Kragar, Rick Meister, we got VNDK. As well as Sabo back in. Oh my god, Sabo. Wait. Okay, that's a new mount. I was gonna say, is that the OG or is that the new one? The Paladin is gonna be first up. We got Guerreros first up versus him. Sayo in the back. We got Caligor and Leo, as well as Nyack joining in as well. Guerreros. Ooh, trying to see if he can get himself a bit of an angle here versus Blindness. He's gonna be immediate trinket out of the Paladino. As Guerreros got himself Bloodlust, we got himself Doom Winds, he got himself Trinket off of that. Trying to see if he can maximize the damage wall as it's seeing cooldowns on a Blinding now. That is a lot of damage. With a big hammer, good thing he had a wall for that thing. Because that hammer, it's very hard, dude. That hammer can absolutely obliterate people easily. Guerrero's trying to see if he can pick up a few more hits with that Storm Strike, trying to pick up a little bit more damn. As Bladina, he got himself still a decent position just out of his direct immunities here, or direct defenses. Missing a blind is going to be something out of here. Lay on hands, Spell Warden, or do you bop? Hold on, do you Spell Warden the enhancement shaman, or do you bop it? Because technically quite a bit of the damage is physical damage. Like, yeah, there's Tempest, but like, Storm Strikes is still going to hit really hard. And then there's also Bubble. Look at the Tempest, dude. Yeah, I guess it's Spell Warden, but those Storm Strikes and Wind Strikes, I think Wind Strikes go through. Because they're technically a physical hit just from a distance, right? Bladina is going to be bubbling us off. Guerreros could potentially go for an underground play. No, he's actually just going to play mobility. He's just going to run away. Bladina just sitting down just to get himself some bandages. That's all he can really do in that situation. So that's a really good reason for Guerreros, allowing him to hold on to his big underground play. Burrow? Yeah, Burrow. Can you move totems? No, not able to move totems. Doesn't play that kind of a build. Moving totem build, by the way, is really good. Bossius, thank you so much. I don't know where my alert is at, but can we get a hashtag Bossius in chat? Appreciate your fam. Thank you for the big temp Bondono. Guerrero's taking so many hammers back to back. Hopefully my alert will pop on here in just a second, yeah? Hopefully. I don't know what's happening, man. Appreciate you, my guy. As Bladina got himself plenty of damage, plenty of defenses here still. Got himself one immunity still. Bop or Spell Warden, though? Which one do you use is the question. Goes for Spell Warden, but look at the held bar. Look at the held bar. Stun into Guerreros does allow him to lock him down for a second. Big hammer down as well. Guerreros, does he go counter-offensive? Technically, he can't use Maelstrom abilities. He looks like he just decided to play defensively. He wasn't exactly... I don't think he was sure exactly if he should commit a lot of damage either, because Spell Warden is going to be able to stop a lot of the magic damage, but I think you just need to, like, Doom Winds and start Storm Striking and getting those resets, and that might just be enough, and start using Maelstrom to heal. Unless he's playing that one talent where he needs to use an offensive Maelstrom ability to then get a free heal, which a lot of Shamans actually play. A lot of Shamans actually play that talent. It's like a PvP talent. It allows you to basically get double the value on Maelstrom, but you first gotta spend it offensively, and then you could use it on the heal. And I think that's exactly what he's doing. Looks like every time he lightning bolts, he gets himself a heal right after. Yeah, that's exactly what he's doing. It does allow you to maximize the value of Maelstrom, but it doesn't mean you can't immediately start healing. So that's the only difference. Does have a Sun Totem, unless you can move it. Yeah, he got himself at least a bit of a zonal action. Blinding doesn't have much in terms of a survivability outside of that first aid right now. But defensively, you're kind of low on options here. No Shield of Vengeance, no wall available. You have spell, Busting a Sanct, so maybe you can like prevent the stun at most, but that's really about it. Although dodging the stun away from the Shaman is pretty doable. Big Tempest down for Guerreros. Got himself a wall, so it's a pretty big defensive. Bladina, I don't know if you can really do anything in this situation. Guerreros just needs a bit of pressure. Layered hands coming back in for Bladina. Hold on a second. The Pally does get himself a big forbearance. He's playing hands before, right? Pretty sure he has already. Knockback for Guerreros does go for the stun. Do you have a Wake of Ashes? He did have Wake. At least activate Wings with a big hammer, but Guerrero's looking for that full recovery right now. Blooded like a Shield of Vengeance with a wall, and Guerrero's just needs a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Dodging the stun. I think that's what Blooded just needs to find a way to kill Guerrero's. This is his opportunity right now. Otherwise, Guerrero's got himself lots of damage, lots of pressure, plenty of Maelstrom, lots of Storm Strikes. War Stump does not connect, and Guerrero's does end up taking it. My God, was Saba trying to see if we cut him off immediately. Burrow Underground is available for Guerreros. I don't know if you'll be able to. I think Sabo is just going to be able to. He just needs one Tempest. Oh, you know, he plays Totem. That's what he plays. He plays the big Totem build. Like lots of Guerreros. Just trying to see if he can stay away. Big Ascend. Trying to see if he can just pressure out Saba. Is it going to force Saba to ascend as well? Saba taking lots of damage. Sunder for a second for Guerreros. Has himself lots of pressure. Big Tempest to follow. Massive heal for Guerreros. Hold on a second. Is he going to be able to take it here? Man is just pumping damage as an Ascended Shaman. Saba did have to wall this damage off. He has an Ascendance of his own in case he wants to. For Guerreros, that Ascendance was the play though. That was definitely the play. He's got lots of output that way. Still barely keeping himself alive. Bulwark Totem is available. Stun Totem down. I think it is stun. Oh, it's his Stun Totem. Saba could be under a lot of trouble. It's going to be second Stun Totem. Does Guerreros have enough damage? He's got himself a little bit of healing. Doom Winds and Bloodlust is available. He might just have to use both of them right here, right now, and just try to see if he can end it. Saba still has Ascend. Oh my god, wait, how is Guerreros still alive? I honestly thought Guerreros was expired, and he's got wall back up and a trinket. Oh my god, wait. Guerreros could end this. He just needs a bunch of Tempests and live through Saba's Ascend. He got big Tempest in the opener. He's got Bloodlust, Doom Winds, everything available. Stun. He can break out of it. He knows there's going to be second one. He does try to go for trinket either way. He has a wall. Needs to use it immediately. Does use the wall. Needs to get some Maelstrom. He's going to take a lot of damage. No Ascend out for Saba just yet. So Guerreros is the most amount of healing you can do right now. But he's out of options, out of resources, barely out of mana. Tempest still flying through. I think Saba just takes it. Saba does end up taking it. My god. The damage between the Shamans, man. It is out of this world. Nike immediately trying to see if he can get some poisons and a closer trap onto Saba. Looking for a movement while Hex. Hold on, does he go for the Hex? He almost got the full Hex. Big Ascend, Nike could be out of a lot of trouble. Nike just trying to see if he can fight through it. Does end up doing the damage though. He's taking lots of damage back to the face. Doesn't end up walling us. With VNDK going to be up next as a Frost Mage. Ring of Fire with the Ring of Frost. Look at the stun Nike. I don't think he's going to be able to stun him at this point, right? We just need a couple instances though. Turtle Shell. Yeah, for VNDK, he's in a great spot right now. I don't even know what to call you, man. It just letters VNDK. I guess I call him DK the Mage, yeah? That could work. Flurry down. Is there going to be enough though? He just needs him. So one instant cast Frostfire Bolt. And actually what I saw of VNDK, he did have himself a big stun, Meteor, Ray of Frost, all those things. But he also needs to remember, and most mages need to remember that are Frost mages, Frostfire Bolt into a Flurry, or Frostfire Bolt Shatter combos on their own are very highly effective. Highly effective, all on their own. Like, they do a lot of damage. Does get the freeze with the stun. Ring of Fire, he's got himself full combo. Trinket out for Caligorn. VNDK is going to take a little bit of damage. No ultra for this one. Does go for Invis. A knockback doesn't quite send him flying or anything. Lances are pretty good in damage-wise. And he's got himself lots of casts, lots of instances back-to-back. Trying to go for a Nova, doesn't quite do anything. I think it was just a proc of Nova too, right? Just needs Frostfire Bolt. Promise you. If you flurry him and you get a couple Frostfire Bolts, they slam for a ton. Unless you don't have a talent build for it. Which maybe that's just what Jareem was doing. Because Jareem was doing some wild damage with those. This Frostfire Bolt hard casting the other guy. Does go for the blink off of that charge. Does that mean that Caligorn should be able to stun? Yeah. Yeah, full stun is available. Breath on the banner. For VNDK, this might be a little bit tough. Does play Shimmer though. Hold on, he is a Shimmer Mage. He's not a Blink Mage. Does he get a proper stun? Ring of Frost? That's the only way he can maybe get the stun. And even that's going to be rough. Does get a full stun. Meteor coming down. Full burst damage. Everything is available. Caligorn takes a huge chunk of his health, with just the spikes with lances and everything. And they still can't really walk away from VNDK too far. Does go for the stun. That is an ultra available. So VNDK is perfectly fine. Caligorn under quite a bit of pressure though. VNDK could always just reposition. And it's just got a full Ring of Frost, Blizzard, everything. Just a constant ticking damage. Does have a parry for it. Big Frostfire Vault from around the corner. Was queuing up another one, but he does end up going for the leap away, which is not bad. But he's just Ring of Fire? Oh, he's just getting zoned, dude. He has to reposition, and it's going to put him in a bad spot. Breath of the Poly. Try and drop down Meteor on the guy. Doesn't quite connect. You could cut him back into the Meteor. Got a lot of procs for him either way. Frostfire Bolt is going to do a lot of damage. Frostfire Flurry. Dude, Frostfire Flurries do a lot. All on their own. Look at that. He just insta-casted the guy. Froze him to death. Taking him out. Who's up next? Is it Leo? Looks like it is going to be Leo. And he's immediately hitting him with Frostfire Bolts. Burning through the AMS so quickly. And immediately hitting the Hell Bar. Instantly hitting the Hell Bar. Does go in for the double stun. VNDK has a block. At the very least, he's got a block. And it's got himself lots of recovery. For Leo, that is all his cooldowns, all his damage. So VNDK just got to live it. He's got a lot of riders to deal with. If he can go for A Ring of Frost? No, oh, he's dead! Oh my god! That took seconds! Took him out in seconds! All you need to do is silence, grip a couple of frost strikes, and it's over. It keeps surprising me every time that I just see a frost DK, just like grip a guy, frost strike, most of his health is gone. Second frost strike, all of his health is gone. It's just like, what? Because I'm so used to obliterates hitting that hard, but like, if you can really ramp up and stack up the damage as the Rider of the Apocalypse with those, like, other riders joining you, it is a lot. It is a ton of burst damage altogether. It is just a ton. Stunned by Leo, trying to see if he can encapsulate Krager in a block of ice, does go for a disarm. He's trying to make some damage happen, but Krager barely takes any. Outside of major cooldowns from Leo, does end up burning down a Pillar of Frost. So he was trying to make some damage happen, but not quite enough to really push Krager to a defensive play. That's where he just leaps right in. He's just trying to see if he can catch up to Leo. That Chain of Ice is going to help him out a lot. But the bleeds, yeah, not helping at all. The first aid barely got a tick or two. As we're in the 10-minute mark, 56% dampening. Krager just needs a couple of executes and it's over for Leo. Does go for the stun. Riders join in. Does he have Remorseless? He does have Remorseless, trying to make some kind of a play, but it's a parry out for Krager. Still going to take a lot of damage from the Riders, but he's parrying a good portion of their auto attacks as long as he faces them. As long as he keeps his Riders next to him, but he's still taking hits after hits either way. Does go for a fear onto Leo. Leo left with not a lot of health, and Krager takes it. Saya, yeah, there's no opportunity, I think, for Krager to win Saya unless Saya makes a major mistake. That or if Saya is playing the non-Herald build, if he's playing the Hammer build. But I think he is, yeah, Herald, yeah. So as long as he's got himself the Dawnlight, there's not much Krager can really do in that type of situation. Maybe leap, maybe you could wait out Dawnlight, but like, it's just kind of a small arena. You can't really outrun him. Can't get too far away from the guy. Banner down for a second. Krager looking for a reset. He's trying, man. He's trying. Reflect does not reflect the Hodge. It's over. It's lights. It is lights. Yeah, there's just absolutely no way. If Krager somehow makes it out alive here, dude, I'll be very impressed. But this is a one-sided matchup right here. If Krager maybe had full health, every single cooldown, maybe it'll be a little bit better. But it just this late into the match without cooldowns, it is one-sided. There's much you could do. VNDK did pretty good, by the way. I don't know what that burst damage was at the end there, or also what burst hits you there, but that was some nutty damage. Let's get another one going. Johnny and Krager, let me know when you guys are ready. Don't need to reform the groups or anything this time around. You can just queue as we are. Unless you drop somebody. If you lost somebody, let me know. If you lost somebody, we can always relist and get a +1. Ready? So Johnny is ready. And we'll see if Krager is good. Krager is also ready. Beautiful. I'll send you guys out into Tolviron again. Tolviron. I only gave Tolviron like a 4v5 kind of combo. I want to give you guys a proper chance in Tolviron. This is a really good arena for casters. And Rick joins in Team 1. Not bad. Hey, for Rick, this is going to be his arena, man. Especially if Rick is going first. I want to see the demon thing he's got going on. I'm interested, man. Because that was wild. Just charge people down with a bunch of demons. That's crazy. Alrighty, Twitch. Got ourselves on Team Krager. We got ourselves Blad. We got ourselves Rick on here. We got VNDK, Sava, as well as Krager. Versus Goeris over for the Team 2. Ready to go. Saya on this team with Caligorn, Leo, as well as Nike, the Survival Hunter this time. Leo, every time I see this mount, man, oh, I was going to appreciate it for a second. Because I can't have it yet. I need like at least 2 more weeks, I think, maybe more to farm it. I still gotta do the rep with the yeah, look at that thing. Oh, it looks so good. It's like an emaciated dragon, but it looks amazing, man. Really cool looking undead dragon. Ah, it looks great. Goer's first up by the looks of it. And Rick, did he do the cheese? He did some cheese, but not a lot of cheese. He's only got like what, 1 demon, 1 vile fiend, but I think he's got another type of vile fiend. Yeah, he just disappeared. Wait, what happened? Why did those pets go way over there? Did they get knocked? Did those pets get knocked? What happened? I think they did, actually, yeah. It might have been what happened. Rick at the very least should have totems that he can potentially Shadow Bolt off of to build up resources. So he might be alright. Wait, are you playing normal Vile Fiend? I think he's playing normal Vile Fiend. Do you mean to play Vile Fiend, or is it, were you trying to do some kind of like cheesy setup and it just got bugged? No, he's got a normal Vile Fiend. I'm not used to playing playing normal Vilephiends. Normally it's Gloomhounds or Charhounds, big damage Alpha Guerreros, but Rick got plenty of mobility. Guerreros just get it blasted out behind the pillar. All those demons chasing after him, duck his head on the ground, but I don't know if it's going to be enough here. Fear AoE with Rick is to cast enough fear. He can't even stop and trick it out for Guerreros. I don't think there's any more axe tosses for Rick for a bit, but does separate Guerreros' soul out of his body, reducing damage and healing, putting him under pressure, forcing a wall out of the guy. Big Reorganization clashing in, does get himself a couple of casts. Wall did get used by Rigda. Guerreros is still tussling here and still alive into a Hellstone for Rigda. This isn't an okay spot for now. Root on all the pets, and Guerreros is looking to back up out of there really quickly. Axos does stop him in place, but for the most part he's away from enough of these demons where he should be able to go for a bit of recovery. For Rick, oh, even Fellor gets summoned up, but he's got himself lots of demons joining in little by little. If he can get himself like another full set of demons and a big pit lord, or tyrant rather, he'll be in a great spot. And those totems, he can build resources off the totems while keeping Guerreros seed. It's actually perfect for him. Hand to go down, all the pets join in. He can get himself a cast. It's going to be interrupted into a big blast. Guerreros got himself lots of damage. This is where Rick could potentially go for a big tyrant play. Guerreros could possibly just turn their attention to start attacking the demons here. Trying to see if he catch up to Rick. I don't know if he'll be able to. He even drop down a totem to try to do it. Axe toss as he finally reaches him with a quick AoE fear. It is the yard though. Unless he had himself a tremor. It technically does run tremor by the looks of it. At least based up by the UI at the top right of my screen where we see Guerreros' health bar. It does look like he run tremor. Stun totem, it's gonna be maybe good for Guerreros. Actually focus on the totem. I mean, you should focus on the totem when you can, but normally Rick wouldn't have enough resources to just be able to funnel damage into the totem specifically as a demo. Like, what are you gonna do? Shadow bolt it? Send your pets at it? Normally you just, unless if you have an instant cast, you can't really take him out that easily. But does get himself the axe toss. Fear to follow Guerreros did not have an intro for that one. And for Rick, this is an opportunity to at least set up more demons. Maybe this was an opportunity for him to go for full-on tyrant here. Got him some dark pack. Give himself a little bit of extra health to work with, or at least a shield to work with. More hand to go down. Maybe this is where you just go full tyrant. No, he just buy himself a bit of time. He's gonna go for potentially Demon Doggers, Vile Fiend, Dreadstalkers on one of the totems. Actually, not a bad move, because as long as the pets can reposition their attention back at the Guerreros, they'll still do full damage. Does go for the burrow underground, try to see if he can run away from all his pets. Unless if you can axe toss them in place to keep the pets there, they'll get rooted. Actually, a good portion of Rick Meister's damage is out completely. That does something at least the... What is the double lord? Double... He got the procs of double fell lords. Hold on. Oh, wait a second. They're doing damage though. At least one of them is. The other guy popped away. Whizzed away, but the amount of damage those things can do by themselves, it is really, really good. Stun totem around the corner. It is gonna not reprime. Not gonna reprime. Void operation to try to see if he can back away. Fellor does disappear back into the twisting nether, and Rick is left without any demons to summon for at least a second or two. While he's got their earthy elemental, that is at least a target for him to summon more demon doggers, but those tempests hurt. Those tempests hurt, so you can't even be line of sight of the shaman, man. Dark Pact is up, has an AoE fear, is going to be able to hit Guerreros with the Guerreros unless you have Tremor for it. There's not much you can really do about it. Trinket out for Rick, got him so big ascend, trying to see if he can get the damage rolling in, but all he can do is turn that attention onto the pets instead. Axe toss, more demons to follow, knocking back some of those fell guards, but they charge right back in. Guerreros needs that line of sight. Full tyrant is in play for Guerreros, and if you gotta root the pets, you gotta find a way to root the pets off of you. That's the only way you stop the damage right now is to root the pets, because otherwise they're going to catch up to you with a fell lord around the corner. Tempest on the pets just to get himself a heal. Unless if you got a root, does get a root last second, but here's a stun to follow. He's just going to try to stun these pets and heal. He's just trying to do whatever he can to stop and quell the demonic army. We're raking some AoE fear really quickly. He just needs the demons to get back up and back in position as he just fears down, locks down Guerreros, doesn't let him go anywhere. Tried to go for a kick, but didn't connect. Big port out for Rick. He just needs one good hit. One good hit, one more demon. One maybe Infernal Incineration Bolt? Inferno Bolt? Whatever Chaos Mother provides as a bolt. I forget what it was called. That probably would do it, right? Summon Wildfiend, hand to go down. Try to see if he can do it. Ruination? Hey, does take it. But took a lot of damage throughout this entire time, though. That was a ton. Was Guerreros for... Did we lose somebody on team 2, by the way? Did we just lose somebody? Or did 2 people get to play versus Rick? Because I thought Guerreros was the first one. Wasn't he? Uh-oh. Yo, might have just lost somebody on team 2. Maybe just from being AFK. Who was it that we lost, though? I don't know. I don't remember. Not like I had a good memory for names to begin with anyway. Rick, you're under a ton of pressure. I don't know how you're going to be able to escape the death type. does get himself the longest gateway possible and the longest grip of his life, with Leo yoinking him back over on Team Cracker. I think they're still trying to figure out who's going to be next. Man, that was rough. That was rough. Between the Warlock, between the Shaman, neither of them wanted to go down. And Cracker gets to charge in versus Leo. Full bleeds, everything is available. Does get himself big Warbreaker, banner down for a second. And Cracker looking to blaze them over to Leo, trying to see if he can take him down very, very quickly. Does he get enough damage here? Axtos executes to follow. Axtos to follow. No, I guess I'm thinking of Cracker holding an axe. And it does the same animation like over from top down, because that's how the Felt Guards normally throw their axe toss. That's gonna be my excuse why I confused the two. I'm just thinking it in animations. I'm not thinking in abilities. Definitely, that's my excuse. It's Cracker, dude. Cracker just trying to get an angle over Leo. Warriors are not even like the least mobile class either, but there's no shot Leo's more mobile than Cracker, right? It's a Death Knight. You got like Horse that you can use maybe twice, maybe Wraithwalk a little bit, but like there's just no way a DK is gonna be faster than a Warrior, man. There's just no shot. Demolish, big damage. Oh yeah, I was gonna say, dude, there's no way, dude. Is it Saya? I think we lost Saya over for the team 2. Yeah, that would make sense actually. Caligorn, second to last left. Nobody would have had the fifth, but we do have a man down right now. Cracker, big Colossus Smash, does go for a disarm for each one of them. We are hitting that 7-minute mark, 38% dampener. As Cracker looks to charge him, but if you're a dust stop him, you kick me AFK. Yeah, you just got to make sure you move around a little bit here and there. Yeah. In 1v1s, it is pretty brutal. Like, it doesn't really give you that much of a... The best you can do maybe is put yourself running against a wall if you try not to get DC'd. I don't know if it works, but if you get an angle and like bounces you between two corners, usually I think that's what stops you from being completely like kicked. But yeah, Cracker dropping down a banner for a second, trying to see if he can prevent any CC out of Caligorn. And Caligorn behind on health a little. He's still, even though he got parry, he's still getting hit by overpowers back to back though. So he's not completely able to stop the damage from Cracker. It's not a stopgap fully. Charges him as he leaps over. The big demolish off of that stun. Cracker super low on health actually. Whoa, it does turn around versus Caligorn though. Well done, Nike. You're the last one left, my man. Last one. Bro's doing number 2 and got kicked. No. Yeah. No respect for your biological needs. I guess the game's probably thinking from like an arena perspective, right? If let's say you're queuing for arena and you get into an arena, it's like you suspect that you're going to be playing arenas. Imagine you could do like a timeout in the game, right? Timeout. I know I'm like mid-arena, mid-3v3, my last match before Gladiator, but I need a timeout. Use the restroom real quickly. Everybody else in the lobby has to wait 5 minutes. Imagine, dude. Imagine. Reflect up for Cracker, but it's going to be a knockback trap, not a freezing trap. But the reflect was there. But for Nike now, he can use the reflect outside of the Blaze Storm to try to see if he can stop Cracker's go here. Fear to follow. And those random routes while he's playing Sentinel do help Nike get a little bit extra kite pressure. Those things are really good. It starts random CC or roots by another target, allows you to root them for a couple of seconds, freezing trap to stop Cracker for a second. Nike does get himself plenty of range, plenty of distance, and Cracker is limited to what he can do. That grenades, the damage, the dot, rod pressure. But it doesn't look like Nike is playing into like a bleed build. Big demolish to equalize the health. Nike with the wall, trying to see if he can reduce the damage taken. He's got himself banner down, so Nike can't really go for the stun for Cracker because it's going to be very DR'd anyway. Big bleeds on Nike though. With Colossus Smash, does stun him away from the banner. Stormbolt to follow, and it's over. Oh, he even just whirlwinded for it. He just pulled some moves there. Looking like a ballerina twirling. Does kill 3. We did miss one guy though, but still, Cracker does pick up 3. Very well done. Very well done. Let's get another one going here. Yeah, uno mas. Cracker and Johnny. Do we just re-queue or remake? We probably should remake the group, or should we just re-queue because it's getting late to the night? I'll see if Cracker is remaking the group or if he's just gonna queue as is. I'll double check. I'll see if he's doing that. Last one for me. Okay, yeah, he said just go. Okay, let me know when ready. Let me know if ready. We re-queue as they are, I think. Yeah, for Cracker is the last one for the night for him. Ready, cool. I'll get you guys into another Nagrand. We'll just run the groups as they are, because Cracker's got to go after this. Nagrand. Last one for the night, boys. Hopefully this time Saya will actually get a proper chance to play. Without any DCs or whatever. Yeah? Alrighty, boys. Here we are. Alright, cool. For some reason Discord keeps telling me like, oh, you got something new here. Wait, they actually lost a bunch of people? Oh, shot. Alrighty, boys. Which? Got ourselves last one for the night. We got Blad over on the team one, ready to go. I like the Tauren pirate paladin look you got going on. It's super like unorthodox, I'd say. This is the word I would use. Oh, Rick is he first up? Yo, Rick with it. Dude, look at Rick. He's got himself a Charhound, Gloomhound, and a Vile Fiend. And he's gonna just amp him? Bro, wait. Rick got himself the cheese, dude. Demonology Warlock summons all these demons that are all separate talents, and you just blinds them? Axe toss? Hold on, you gotta get those demons to do damage, right? Bop it? Bro, Sai just tried to see if he counter the cheese so hard. Pressing Bob this early is wild. And there goes some of the demons falling apart, dying there. That is crazy, dude. Rick got himself the play. Hold on a second. The tyrant off that. It's kind of nutty. Yo, happy birthday to you. Wait, now happy birthday to you. It's not my birthday, but hey, how you doing, Sleepy? How you doing, my guy? What do you mean happy birthday? Is it your birthday by chance? How you doing, my man? Hand to go down? Yeah, not my birthday. Mine is like in the fall. In the fall. Hand to go down and to a stun right after by Saya. Saya's health is actually getting kind of low. Lay on hands, so Bop and Lay on hands have both been used. Only has Bubble. So for Rick, he's just using Wall right now. Could go for AoE Fear actually versus Saya. He's got to be very, very careful with the Bubble. As long as he has an escape for the Bubble, he might be okay for the most part. Oh, happy my birthday to you. Oh, it is your birthday. Happy birthday, Sleepy. Hey, my man. I can't read, honestly. Happy birthday, though. Hope you're enjoying it. Hope you enjoyed the matches, too. Hope you are doing wonderful. As Saya crashes it down. That one's for you, Sleepy. That one's for you. That kill, that's for you, my man. Hope you're doing good, man. Happy birthday, man. Happy birthday. Krager up next versus Saya. Yeah, look at him. He's giving him a chance to reset. Giving him a chance to recover. Krager is madman for letting Saya reset, dude. Normally, I feel like wait, Saya used Bubble, Bop, and Lay on Hands on the Rick. No way. Hold on. I didn't even notice Rick forced a Bubble out of Saya. I didn't realize it. For Krager, this is the best time to be alive. Because now you don't have to deal with any of the Paladin immunities or big forbearance buttons. Does go for the banner as he gets hit with a Hodge. Saya's playing super defensively. You could just see the demeanor of Saya. Normally, he's almost like a jungle cat, right? After its prey. And you know how cats like to play with their prey until they eventually like consume it? Like Saya normally just keeps his distance and just keeps pouncing, keeps throwing hammers at Saya, keeps throwing hammers at Krager, not letting him catch a breather at all, just constant pressure, constantly harassing him. And now he's like full defensive. He's just on the back foot, trying to see if he can get the hell out of dodge. He's throwing hammers and everything, but more like just to try to see if he can get Krager to keep away. Saya's super low. Krager trying to see if he can leap over. Does get himself a stun. Does it go for battle stance for a second into a fear? He needs to make sure he get himself a proper go here at some point. Stormbolt, big demolish, connects. Oh, he's a charge. Saya is on his last foot. He's trying to use literally Lay on Wake of Ashes defensively for a Dawn Light heal. He's literally trying to heal up as much as he can. Stun, mostly just running away from Krager the entire time. But it looks like he might just be able to create an opening here. Might be able to turn it around versus Krager. Krager for 10 seconds on a parry. Rallying Cry available very, very soon. Does get a big bleed onto Saya with a Warbreaker, Colossus Smash rather, whatever. Stormbolt available as well. So you could potentially make something happen. Saya got plenty of healing, but regenerating, nah, gotta keep him alive here. Battle Sense available. Reflect maybe? Reflect won't stop Saya. Oh, does take it. With Leo charging in, oh no. Krager immediately with a parry. Leo knows he's going to want to stun him. Does go for the banner, and that banner should stop the stun, or at least delay it. And Leo actually is going to go for hit and run. Looks like, oh no, he's going to go for the riders. There goes the riders. If only he had an AoE here. Rally's available. Does disarm Leo for the damage. That's huge. Rally for a second, picking up a lot of health. Oh, he's got demolished. I don't know if it's going to be enough though. Stormbolt, yeah. Leo still have so much damage there. That is tough, man. Damn. Oh, dude, sushi. Yo, enjoy it, dude. Yo, sushi sounds amazing right about now. I love me some sushi, dude. That's the best way to spend a birthday, bro. That is amazing. Cracker, no! Yeah, no, dude. That's a cracker. It's just tough against Leo, because Leo got himself a great setup. He's got the riders. They're doing decent damage, too. Riders do really, really good damage. So, like, it's really tough to get against, play against, honestly. It is not easy. Big Sunders onto Leo though. He's got AMS, got some riders spawning in for him. But Sabo, I think, is in a great spot. Trying to go for a kick. Is he going to go for a hex? Or no, it's not a kick. He's got himself movement while casting? He's got ancestral guidance? Wait, Sabo got ancestral... He got an AG... Not ancestral guidance. Wait, no, it's not ancestral guidance. It's the Spirit Walker's Grace, right? SG? Not AG? SG? I'm pretty sure it's Spirit Walker's Grace, because ancestral guidance is that, like, do damage to heal. Vampiric Embrace, but like the Shaman edition. Leo just got not a lot of health to work with. He's got AMS to deal with the magic damage, but Sabo playing a totemic, he's got a lot of physical hits though. Mix of magic, mix of physical, but a decent bit of physical damage though for sure. Especially with that totem which radiates flame strike damage, which is a mix of fire and physical. It is a very interesting type of element. It kind of does both. Burrow down for Sabo immediately. This is where Nike is going to go sprinting out of there with a cheetah. As he got himself a stun around the corner for Sabo. No trinket available. Leaping in as Nike got himself a big setup. Stun totem. Big damage. Nike can be in a lot of trouble if he doesn't get away from this, the totem. He does get away from certain totem. And then it's going to be binding shot onto the pets. But not onto Sabo. He still gets caught. He stands still. He's like, I'm just going to wait. I'm gonna get stunned, but I'm just going to wait a little. Just walk it out of that lunar shower though. So that's good. Nike burning off a little bit of that self-healing. Nike needs to get super aggressive and do damage with his Sentinel in order to get a shield. Unlike when you play with a pack leader where you have some defenses you can use as survival. Or actually healing whenever you use survival. Oh wait, your pet is dead? I just noticed that. Try to see if we can summon it back up. Res it. Scatter for a second. Backing up out of there. Maybe it leaves a trap. Definitely gotta get a new pet. Yeah, it's gonna be able to get a new pet. There's no shot he doesn't. Freeze the trap last second. Does get rooted. But Nike definitely needs to get super aggressive to get that shield building as a Sentinel. That's like the only defenses he really has. Try to knock out the Sabo. Sabo is still rushing him. Cannot, unless you can keep him at Lunar Shower. It is going to be very, very painful over for Nike. Got himself not a lot of help to work with. Walls available. Sabo with a Bulwark Totem. Big ascend. Mad damage on the Nike. Just needs one or two more strikes. Wait, holy. Oh, Nike with that explosive shot almost took out Sabo. By the way, that was a lot of damage. What was that? Caligorn charging in versus Sabo is going to knock him. He has a trinket, he has a wall, but defensively, I don't know what he can really do. He does go for the banner. That stun totem is not going to last long. He got himself lots of stuns there, lots of back-to-back CC. He does go for the hex, trinket out for Caligorn, into a spear onto Sabo. He does go for a sunder for a second. He can't escape this at all. He's got Burrow in 8 seconds. I don't know if he can live it. Try to live it. Live! Oh, Caligorn does rush him over. Man, with VNDK gonna be second to last or for the team one. As we got Caligorn and Goeris both holding the fort. With Caligorn trying to see if he can get himself a bit of a reset. Battle stance at the ready, so he's in a good spot right now. Happy to see Kraken beating all these House and never lost winning on 2 Warrior. Bro, Guimi, you weren't even here for the duel. While Kraken didn't initially win the duel versus Saya, he was able to get through all of his cooldowns and reflected a Hodge. Normally, Saya is incredibly good at not getting Hodge reflected by any warrior, Krager included, but Krager got it, timed it perfectly, and they gave Caligorn an opportunity to take him down and win the match for the team anyway. It was so good, dude. It was so good. Like, it was teamwork as hell. It was teamwork completely. Caligorn got him some reflect. Saya was like, wait, hold on a second. He's like, wait a second, why'd you call me a loser, man? What do you mean? I'm just playing my class, which he is. I don't think Saya needs grief, but like, yeah, VNDK does end up taking down the guy with a couple of lances here and there. Guerrero's last one left, rushing out. Has 0 immunities. True, he did have 0 immunities. It was like the best setup. I didn't realize you bubbled versus Rick. But yeah, I wouldn't put... I wouldn't honestly give that much, like, if you have a problem with the class and the class design, I think it's perfectly fine. I wouldn't give the grief to the player playing the class, right? A lot of people play Pally, a lot of people like it. I wouldn't like blame them directly for like, oh, wow, I can't believe you got defeated. It's like, man, your class is rough to defeat and it's awesome seeing it get knocked down a peg. Not an offense against you specifically, but just like certain classes do get advantage. Dude, I play a rogue. We usually have other ones who have a ton of advantage in PvP. So I don't take it personally if people are like, man, F rogues, dude. I'm like, yeah, I totally get it. I totally get it. You know what I mean? To beat a Demo and you know my defenses. Demo is rough, isn't it? Demo is rough. I was surprised you bobbed his triple demon play there. That was wild. VNDK got himself plenty of defenses still. While Goer's holding off on his offenses for a bit here. He's trying to see if he can play a bit of a longer game. But slowly but surely, he's definitely breaking through the health bar of VNDK. He's landing those melees, trying to go for a cast, getting interrupted, got himself a full poly, and that's an opportunity because Goers doesn't have a trinket. VNDK needs himself pure proper go here, Meteor, everything available. Dropping down lots of damage. Goers could be under a lot of trouble. Does proper wall here. VNDK backing up out of there behind the pillar. Got himself a cast, trying not to get interrupted. Flurries it down. If you can go for more of those Frostfire bolts, that's actually a huge amount of damage. I don't know if you can ever really get himself proper cast or anything like that. It is tough. Not gonna lie, it is definitely tough. Does go for the block real quickly. While Guerrero's got himself a little bit of the recovery with the healing surge. So he's in a great spot. Brett does not connect for some reason. Does knock out the Frostfire bolt out of his hands. But a poly does connect. Another Ring of Frost. This could be the end for Guerrero's though. This could be really bad for this guy. Meteor. Oh, man, DK. I like how nonchalant the Night Elf looks, dude. You can't see the eyes, but you can tell just nonchalant look to him. Looks great, dude. Big damage to Sawa picking up to and BNDK picking up to him. Well done, well done, well done, man. Frostfire Mage is just a whole nother beast. I do like how they added Frostfire as a hero spec for mages. I feel like for Frost Mages in particular, in PvP, it does like amplify that, you know, the normal Shatter Flurry playstyle, but with a Frostfire proc. Oh, it's so good. And the Meteor coming down with the Comet Storm. I love that mix of fire and flames. I really wish Fire Mages had a really good setup with Frostfire too. It just, you don't see as many Fire Mages in PvP. It's really good in Dungeons and Raids and PvE content, but not quite in PvP at the moment. Which was a little bit the other way around though. If we saw more Fire Mages. Oh, I guess if there were, I guess what I'm trying to say is I wish there were better all around, even in PvP, but who knows, man. Mages do end up scaling as the expansion goes on, so maybe we'll see more fire down the line. Don't want to replace that. Don't do it wrong. Blah, 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 blah. Cool. Krager is done for the night. Pretty sure. I'll double check with him, but I'm pretty sure he's done for the evening. Was that last game? Yeah, pretty sure it was the last game. This Krager normally plays for like 2 hours. And it is pretty late where they're at. But yeah, at least we got a bunch of games out either way. Appreciate you boys so much coming by. Unless Cracker says otherwise, pretty sure it's over. I'll stick around here for like a minute, just in case he sends me a message. Nah, I don't. Let me take the, let them, let them talk. Okay, man. Alright. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but like, yeah, when it comes to like classes and stuff, like I usually don't try to like, I don't know. Like, I'd say like for some reason if I had like a problem with Frost Death Knights, let's say they were just like the most broken class in the world, unkillable, I'd be like, man, I hate Chill Pills. Like, how silly would it be to be like, I hate Chill Pills because he plays a Frost DK, right? I wouldn't put it on him. I'd be like, man, I hate Frost DK and how strong they are. But like, I don't blame Chill Pills for playing one. That's been made forever, right? It's like, he's probably enjoying it, but man, that class is so annoying. You know what I mean? Because everybody has a class that kind of finds super annoying to play against. Like a Beastmaster Hunter when they get that chain CC. Like a Demonology Warlock can be very, very frustrating to play against, right? Like as a rogue, like if I get Fear, Axe Toss, I finally grapple over Mortal Coil, follow up with another, maybe a root from, I don't know, the Evoker from that team too, let's say, right? Like a Chain Fear CC is very annoying, not being able to play your class. Very frustrating. But like, I'm not gonna like start giving grief to like Demo Warlock players out there, right? It's just that's the spec they play, but you know, just, yeah. Where's the trash on 1v1? Yeah, Grain. They're not amazing. They used to be really, really good. I think Arms is still better than Fury in 1v1, even though Fury has like self-healing, but it's like, that self-healing could be better, honestly. But yeah, I'd agree with you. I agree with you. Yeah, Warriors are not amazing in general, I'd say. Like, they're not like, maybe like Fury Warrior in Blitz is pretty good, but it's not like you see Warriors really dominating anything anywhere, right? That's what I would say. Rogues, like, every class is something they're really, really good at, whether PvE or PvP. Or very specific brackets like Blitz or Blitz, RBGs, solos, 2-3s, right? Warriors I don't think are anywhere in that great spot, except for like Blitz's Fury. And even then the damage isn't amazing or anything like that. DK so broken there right now. Hey DK players, broken class Kappa. Demo only good against certain classes, by the way. Yeah. Demo only good against casters. I'd say Demo is pretty good against rogues to some degree. Like Outlaw Rogue, if you deny him the Adrenaline Rush, that's pretty good. But Assassination Subtlety would be a different story, right? Because they just need like a second to break through and they did all the damage afterwards. But yeah. Enjoy your dog party? Dude, that was awesome. So I guess what you do is you switch talent, summon a dog, switch talent, summon a dog, switch talent, summon a dog, right? And I guess they're on a different cooldown or whatever. That is awesome. I like that. Yeah, triple Vile Fiends or Vile Fiends Charhounds. No, Paladin, Pharaoh, Monk are extremely difficult to beat. Pharaohs are tough, yeah, but not extremely difficult. They fall over like to a stun. And balance between classes is horrible. When talking about the best warrior in the game, I do agree the balancing could be a little bit better. Yeah, balance could be a little bit better. I do want to do more aggressive PvP tuning. When I see a class like not performing as well defensively or offensively, whatever, I just want like a small buff, like 5% here, 5% there, until it's perfect, right? Because at the very least, like, you're making some kind of changes, and eventually it will be a little more balanced, but like getting classes at least a little closer to each other, I think would be really, really nice. That being said, though, they do tune classes for 3v3s in PvP more than anything, not necessarily 1v1s or anything like that. But still, let's say you have a class that doesn't have like greatest defenses ever, giving them a little bit of like a defensive buff, I think is fine. Or offensive, like sustained damage if they lack that. Stuff like that. Like, this is where I'd like to see Frost DKs be less of a hit and run class, more of like a take damage class, and like have some sustained ability. You know, all classes are pretty fun except Monk and Honeywell. I think so, because Monk can reset a lot. To some degree, yeah. I'd say Rogues, people complain about us a lot too, but yeah, in 1v1, yeah, monks do get lots of good resets with the mobility. Yeah, it just mostly because they have more mobility than some of the other classes, and they can just go behind their pillar, and by the time you reach them, they can cast heals over global. A lot between classes since I love DK, still miss that class. Yeah, DK are awesome in PvE cons and like dungeons and raids. They're awesome for that. They're very tanky in there too. Like, they're really, really good. But in PvP, like, if that's all you do, yeah, they're definitely not like the DKs of like MOP or WAD. Who are pretty like survivable. Don't understand the defensive nerfs for DKs next season really have. Yeah, it's more a PvE thing. Because look, in PvP, Death Knights are like, you don't want to fight anybody in sustain, you run. In dungeons and raids, you can literally. Oh, this guy looks cool. Look at him walking around with a flame. He's got his torch out and everything. That looks sick, dude. Holy. That guy looks awesome, dude. I like this guy. It's an RP realm, and I like seeing this man walking around. That looks awesome. Big old orc with a torch. That looks sick. Lighting the way in Orgrimmar. But in dungeons and raids, Frost Death Knights can actually tank certain bosses. Borealis, right? When you see those tentacles, right? A Death Knight can press the defensive in MDI or in the Great Push, I think. Press a Lichborn and IBF and literally tank one of the bosses. So they can, like, when you kill the tentacles and you get the cannon, a Death Knight can start running over before the tank, before Prop Pally. It can hang back. DK can AMS if he gets targeted by the boss mechanic. And he can already be there tanking the tentacle with a Lichborn or IBF and live it just fine. So, yeah. In PvE content, Death Knights are incredibly survivable. In PvP, they're not. And like, it's pretty wild just how big the difference is between the two. Because like, there are absolute tanks in dungeons and raids in PvE. Like, in a good way. You don't want them nerfing them. But in PvP, they're just like a wet noodle. But PvE, main PvP is still DK. Yeah, to be honest, I've been more PvE focused because I can actually play DK there. Yeah, I mean, Frost DK right now has been incredibly good for him plus. So yeah, I wouldn't blame anybody for focusing on PvE. Because it seems like they got Death Knight there right, but some kind of tuning, scaling for all that survivability just doesn't apply for PvP. If it did, I think Death Knights would probably be in a much better spot and would feel better. You know, they could tune their damage maybe a little so they're not like bursty, but they could be more persistent. So they could have more sustain. And like, you know, you could do little things like that. But it feels good. It should be a PvE nerf then. Yeah, it should be. Technically, they are nerf. It's only some passive elements of the nerf, and they're not nerfing defensive cooldowns, but just passive nerfs. But yeah, it definitely doesn't help Death Knights in PvP. Whoever designed Death Knights in PvE needs to take a look at them in PvP, and like they need to talk to the PvP dev and like figure something out, because that's what people want. Like Death Knight feels great within dungeons and raids. You don't feel like you fall over. That's all people want. You just feel like you're a knight of death, dude. You're supposed to revel in death. You know what I mean? At least in my mind. I think they can make him a little tankier. Maybe tune their damage to be like, I don't know. Because I assume you would need to tune the damage a little bit, right? Because imagine you have this like unbreakable bulwark that doesn't take a lot of damage and can like burst you down like a Frost DK does right now. Because like Frost DKs have to run and gun, but when they gun, they hit really hard, but they also take a lot of damage. But if you made him like more like I can stay in and fight, I guess you would give him more sustained damage as burst damage, so then you're just like not getting eviscerated by them. But it also means that Death Knight would have more uptime overall though. I think they just need to have some kind of like a way to heal outside of just Death Strike, like combat heal, right? Like Frost Strike also heals you for a portion of your health or something like that. Or I don't know, right? So they can stay aggressive. So, or they're rewarded for staying in combat in the fray, right? I don't know, something like that. Lower accurate DKs would break the game. Lower accurate mages would break the game too. Yeah. Lower accurate DKs would definitely break the game though. That's for sure. I think your warriors lore wise. Yeah. Yeah, because you not supposed to like feel pain or whatever on death, wear plated armor. But like mechanically in game, they kind of match that lore feel in dungeons and raids, I think. They do a pretty good job there. I think they do an excellent job there, in fact. But yeah, in PvP, it just doesn't quite connect in the same way, which is unfortunate. And saying the border Paladin. I mean, Paladin's... I turned him 100 deleted the two. No, Shaw, dude. Yeah, Paladins are fun, but like, you play like by everybody, because they're pretty easy to get into, right? I mean, learning how to play Paladin on the top end, I heard it's not as difficult as some of the other classes, like to min-max it and play it like really well. You hit at some point a ceiling with it, which is not like to say that, oh, it's the easiest class ever. It's just not all classes are designed to be super complicated, right? I'm a Death Knight. I was a Death Knight. Yeah. I feel like armor classes isn't a thing. I feel like armor class isn't a thing. In WoW, yeah, no, you don't really have an armor class like you would in D&D. You only have like, you have damage reduction based on your armor. So depending what type of armor you have, some classes have natural physical damage reduction. Male classes have less, cloth classes have even less, but usually have like some kind of passive, like warlocks are able to share pain with their demon, so a portion of the damage they take goes to the demon. They have big shields, where they sacrifice a portion of the health but make a big shield. They also have soul leech, which gives them more shields as they do damage. Yeah, so WoW doesn't really have an armor class thing or whatever. I think classic WoW was closer to that, because like sometimes you could just resist certain abilities, or like parry or dodge attacks more often, because you're more likely to miss attacks. Nowadays, in WoW, it's really hard to miss attacks unless you get hit by a certain mechanic, like the Paladin Searing Glare causes you for the next 4 seconds to miss all of your abilities. But that's about it, right? So it's not like you can really armor class. Previously, you would have like a hit cap that you would need to meet, or expertise cap with stats and enchants in order to be able to have less chances of missing. To some degree, classes still kind of have this like armor class thing, but like a boss basically has a chance to parry, dodge attacks, and there's a chance to miss boss attacks if you're hitting the boss from the front, but from the side and the back, you don't have to worry about it. So melee DPS usually will stack behind the boss type of deal. Tanks usually don't have to worry about it. And tanks are the ones that have their own defenses, so they kind of, you know, mid of the class. Plate, cloth, leather doesn't matter. Yeah, classic. Yeah. No, plate, cloth, leather. It still does matter in retail, just not as much as it does in classic. Because in classic, like there's only so many classes that wear plate. Actually, in classic, there's only paladins that wear plate armor, but they're usually not really tanks. They're usually healers. So the only tank class or real tank class in the game is prop paladin. But even a arms warrior with a two-handed or a fury warrior with a dual wield, they still wear plate armor like that of a tank warrior. So they actually are the tankiest and they take the least amount of damage. Like in the raids, when people did like the hardcore raids, people just say like, hey, if anybody gets aggro, it better be a warrior. So if you see somebody like a rogue or a mage getting aggro, a warrior needs to taunt. Doesn't matter what warrior, every warrior needs to press taunt. Make sure you're taunting. Whether you're a tank or not a tank, because you will take a hit and you'll be able to live. It still does exist now, like warriors and death knights and paladins do take noticeably less physical damage than some of the other classes. Mages definitely are squishier, priests are definitely squishier, but they usually will have like some kind of an extra element that allows them to be tanky. Like mages, yeah, they take damage to the face all the time, but they have ice block for immunity all the time, so they can revert themselves back to the same spot they were and put their whatever they alter time, like if they were alter time at high health, press alter time, the health goes down, down, down. When you alter, you go back up to full health because that's your state. You reverse back to whatever state you were. And you have shields like Blazing Barrier, Prismatic Shield, or Frost Shield, depending on your spec, right? So it's all about shielding yourself, using those abilities as active defenses to deal with the damage. But you still will take a lot of physical damage more than another play class. Yeah. So it does still matter. The armor types, they still do matter. Because some classes will just take less damage. Like this is why Death Knights, Frost DK can feel so tanky. They don't take a lot of physical damage and they have really good defenses in like dungeons and raids. Like press IBF, Icebound Fortitude, to reduce damage by 20%. Plus your physical armor, you can take a few good hits to the face and you'll be fine. But yeah. But a rogue wouldn't be able to live it, but a rogue would have like evasion, so they could have increase the dodge chance by 100%. Or if you take damage to the face, you can press feint, which can reduce your damage too for a few seconds. So you would have to use active abilities to reduce damage, but play classes in most cases shouldn't need to feel like they have to, especially against physical abilities. Magic damage goes through armor, doesn't matter who you are, but physical attacks, yeah, warriors and paladins and death knights should feel tankier and usually do feel tankier unless Blizzard messes up. Like arms warrior ends up feeling a little squishier because Fury at least has some self-healing. It has more stamina because of double two-handed weapon. Death Knights has cooldowns, a lot of cooldowns, and so does Paladin, plus stamina increases with talents. Arms warrior was like the only spec that actually takes quite a bit of damage in AoE in raids from physical attacks if they does get hit by like a raid-wide physical attack. But they did try to give him like some buffs here and there to reduce AoE damage taken, so like, you know, things like that. Other than that, it's a good class. No damage is a herald, but okay. The damage is herald is a dot class, basically, yeah. Literally dot class. Although the hammer build is super fun, Saya, right? Running in, hammer somebody for 3 million in PvP, that is satisfying. That's glorious. I like playing with a paladin when I'm playing rogue and solos, because like, usually as long as they just let me crowd control stuff. Let me land CC, and they can like, I usually will CC like the healer and the kill target, and if they can CC like the off target or whatever, I'm cool with that. I'm perfectly cool with that. Or like if I stun one, they will just stun somebody else, right? Every time I stun, they go for another stun somebody else, anybody nearby, whether it is the healer, whether it's whatever, and then I give them an opening to go for the big hammer. That's all I do. Let him hit him for 3 mil. It's so good. It's satisfying. I don't miss hit percent. Yeah, not a lot of people do. It was a mechanic that like you didn't have to think about. Like in classic, you had talents and you had stats and gear that was kind of like interesting to plan around your build to be able to hit this mysterious hit percentage, which wasn't like, they didn't really have a cap, but players figured out a cap of their own. So there, at least you could like use those resources to hit it. Eventually down the line, when they added a way for you to reforge gear, which means you take a stats on a certain item, say an item gives you like strength, stamina, haste, and crit. You could take some of that haste and reforge it into a hit. So like you could alter some stats, like half of the stat, and put it into something else that it doesn't already have. So you could like angle. You basically would just like do math to hit certain hit points and expertise caps as every class. It just became like, okay, it's just a chore I got to do, and then you just didn't think about hit. You did your chore of forging your gear to get hit and expertise caps, and then you didn't think about it. That's where they took it out, because basically players didn't play with it. It wasn't a mechanic that you had to think about. Whereas Classic, there's always like a bit of RNG when you hit stuff, right? When you swing in your auto attack weapon. Plus, auto attacks did a lot of damage. A huge portion of damage in Classic is just autos. But every time you hit, there's a chance that an enemy may dodge. You just may miss. You just may glint and won't do as much damage. Enemy may parry. Maybe you'll land. Maybe you'll land with a hit. Maybe the enemy will resist as crack control or something. There's a lot more of like dice rolling and D&D and a bit of RNG, which at parts were frustrating. But like, it's not like classes were complex, right? You're doing the right thing. You're auto attack at the boss. You're just hoping you're not getting like misses a couple of times, and you can use talents and certain unique items to get certain hit caps, right? Then it became more a goal of like getting this best item because it gave you enough stats to hit that hit cap, right? It became a journey to get this item, and now your character's stronger because you're missing less attacks, right? There's like a power progression where with reforging and stuff, it became like it's like a chore. You tune in knobs with your gear until you didn't have to think about it as a mechanic. Where in Classic, it was a journey to make a character hit more. So gear made you stronger, so your auto attack led more autos, right? It's just a very different like flow to it. I miss that shit. Yeah, that's why a lot of people like Classic. It's like there's the journey to get a specific item so you can do a thing. And stuff like that kind of sort of exists in retail. Like, there are certain items that are going to be a best in slot trinket, best in slot weapon, best in slot item, and it feels satisfying to get those things because you feel like you completed your character. But like, they just eliminated the whole like hit cap, expertise cap, those stats, because they're just like, because they kind of lost exactly what the stats were, the purpose of them, and it just changed, right? So it still gives you that satisfying, I got my best in slot item. Like, it feels incredibly good when you're a caster and you get this trinket right here, the Spy Master's Web. Incredible trinket for casters. You can use it anytime you want to, but usually combine it with like a 2-minute or 3-minute cooldowns. First time you use the cooldowns, you don't use the trinket. But the next time you get your 3-minute cooldowns, you're pumping, you're cranking. And if your class will like execute damage as the boss gets super low and you use the big Spy Masters, your damage shoots up. It still is satisfying. It still is very, very good to get best in slot items, but you're no longer thinking of them like like the original Classic. Oh, I got enough hit. Now I can hit Ragnaros a little bit more, land more autos, less glinting on the weapons. But it's more of like a, now I can really fully maximize my damage, but there's like, one is more about the journey of getting gear with less complicated rotation. This time it's about like complicated rotation, complicated encounters, but now you get the items, so that complicated rotation can let your damage shoot up in numbers. It still feels, it's a different type of satisfying though. Been playing the game for long, I can't remember what hit percent chance. I think it used to be, I'm going off of memory, I think it used to be like 5% or 3% in PvP, and like 5 or 7% in PvE. And the expertise cap used to be like 6.8 or 8.8. I think 3.8 in PvP because they didn't need it as much because players couldn't parry as well, unless you were like full expertise. But I'm pretty sure you also got expertise from crit on certain classes, so it was easier to reach it. I'm kind of going off of like memory, but those are the numbers that jump out at me. Tanks were a hit. Things they hit was so important. Yeah, for tanks being able to land hits, because it's resource, because you're constantly in front of a boss, and that's an opportunity for the boss to dodge, for your attacks to miss, all that. So you needed a hit. 11, or maybe it was 11. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe like Miss Pandaria, because it is a little different of a hit percent in Classic versus MOP. I'm thinking of like MOP numbers, but 11 I think is maybe it's reversed. Maybe I got them confused. But yeah. Yeah, 11 does sound like a number as well. But yeah, it's just a little bit of a different game. But like, I mean, satisfaction of defeating Nexus Princess Kaveza I mean, it's pretty badass, right? It's actually really, really fun. It's a tough fight. It's an awesome fight. It's very, like, not necessarily forgiven, but it is fair at the same time. Versus, like, getting all that fire resist gear so you can fight Ragnaros as part of a 40-man raid, right? One is just a journey of getting the gear, getting the items, and then you can enter the raid. And it's a long run, slow run through the entire instance, dousing the, what are they called? The sigils on the ground with fire, and then summoning up Rag. Pretty awesome. Versus learning the fights, learning the mechanics, learning the boss's patterns, executing them properly, and then cranking those numbers while dodging the lines and orbs and the big slices that come as it does. I mean, it's a different experience. You know, PvE was 11 in Classic? Okay, yeah. Yeah. Because it's not like I remember the numbers myself, really. Princess, it's so good, man. It is so good. I think this raid they did a really, really good job in. But I was more trying to just illustrate like how the game is different, but it still has those satisfaction moments of like, oh, this is badass, yeah. You know what I mean? It's just a very different experience, though. Very different experience, and I totally understand like why somebody would like one or the other. But I feel like in a way, like for the longest time, I thought like, not longest time, but like initially when players were playing Classic, when retail and when Nostaria's was a thing. At first I was like, dude, it's basically the same game, just one is a little older with lesser complicated rotation, one is a little bit more less older with a more complicated rotation. I don't see what the difference is. And then I actually gave it a shot. I was like, wait, yeah, no, the game is very, very different. The journey is very different. And that's what the best way to explain it for me in my mind is like the journey through Classic versus retail of a character is a very, very different one. That's like the biggest difference, honestly. So much more fast-paced. Yeah, no, it's well, the journey through the content, the journey to max level, the journey to the peak gameplay. For Classic, the journey starts from like the get-go, and everything is a little slower. It takes a little bit longer for you to travel from place to place, getting through dungeons, getting through raids. It all takes a lot of your time. But the class abilities and all those things are not the most complicated, and the mechanics are also not the most complicated at the same time. But it still is an engaging experience where you want to be active for all of it. But like just, you know, going from one flight path to another in Classic, you'll see just how long things take. But it's a gradual experience of like very, almost like old school RPG type of experience. But the retail is a little faster paced, but it is demanding in different ways. You can get from A to B a little quicker and get to the bosses quicker, but how well you do on those bosses, how well can you get those mechanics down, that's a whole nother story. How well can you play Classic against other players, because there's a lot of abilities and a lot of mechanics for you to learn. How well can you match them, right? It's very, very different. It's demanding, but in different ways. Scratch is a different itch. That's a good expansion, brother. That's a good expansion. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Alrighty, boys. You guys have a good one. I'm gonna go. I got some food. I got some work I gotta do. I got a lot of stuff I gotta take care of tonight, man. And I got a bunch of projects to plan out for the next week. But yo, you guys have a wonderful one. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Everybody stay safe, stay healthy. I'm gonna go. Thanks so much for joining me. Tomorrow, more duels over on the Team NA, man. I'm hoping to see more Shadow Priest, hoping to see more Shaman, hoping to see maybe some Seabark action tomorrow. Probably gonna see WAP with some Warrior too. That'd be great. But yo, you guys have a wonderful one. Thanks so much for watching. Hopefully we'll be getting some update for 11.1 sometime soon. But yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. Alrighty, boys. Alrighty, peace.